You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700.
Live from the Toyota Escondido Action Sports Studio, this is the Action Sports Show. It's time for the Action Sports Show, powered by Toyota Escondido Action Sports, featuring Jim Holfus and Dan McGrath. And now,
you're on, guys.
We're on, guys. We're on, guys. I'm back. Look who's back, folks. Welcome to the Action Sports Show, powered by Toyota Escondido Action Sports. Jim Holtis back in house. I feel like I've been gone forever. Dan McGrath.
Guess who's back? Back again. Jim's back. We all win.
Feels like I've been gone for
I don't know where I'm going.
Long time, man.
Man, you journeyed all over, man. Welcome back.
I did. It was pretty amazing.
You missed one show.
I know.
Where'd you go?
I was going to say
I went to Yosemite for 4 days.
Oh.
Went to the Sequoias for 3 days, and then for a day and a half at my future residence in San Simeon, Cambria area. Well, it'll be in Hearst Castle, but I didn't want to say
You're
next to.
You're a camping man.
Yeah, and then finished it up with a nice hotel on the beach and
Cabo Wabo.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice. It's killer. It's killer. A lot of hiking every day. Just, I mean, a lot of picturesque postcard stuff. It was really cool.
That's beautiful. The rest of us were working.
Oh, I was working on my hiking, my tan, all that kind of stuff.
Working on your cardio.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And I went up some gnarly stuff. There was this one hike up called Mist Trail at Yosemite, and you're looking at Vernal Falls way up there, and you're like, there's no way this trail goes all the way up there.
Yeah.
Well, hours later, you're above the top of the falls going, are you kidding me? How the heck do we get down here?
Sounds like a trip we all need.
Yeah, that does sound like some beautiful stuff. I expect a lot out of you tonight since you're so refreshed and
it's a little vacation hungover, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So what, do you keep up on any of what's been going on? Because there's been some amazing surf going on in France, and the UFC's been going down. Is Henderson really retiring? What's the deal there?
Yeah, so Bisping retains the championship. I missed the fight, but which was a bummer. Would have loved to have seen it. And Henderson lost a close decision, and then retires afterwards with a 19-year superstar career. Hendo right out of Temecula here, and man, who knows if he's gone for good. I mean, he's right there in the thick of it. If you see Bisping's face, Henderson was there, so
he'll be back.
He'll be back, but we got to introduce some more people because we're not alone here on the panel. And
right, we're like talking like these people don't exist.
It's just me and you, Jim.
Welcome, Dan.
So, do some introductions for me.
Lindsay Boyer is in house tonight.
The Lindsay Boyer.
The Lindsay Boyer at the Lindsay Boyer. Is that what it is?
It ain't easy being LBZ.
Yeah. Thanks, Bilko.
Bilko Blake Williams in house.
Is that your coin phrase?
Jeremy McGrath.
MC, woo.
Woohoo. How are you guys doing?
And we have two more guests that we'll introduce here shortly when we bring them on
when
set
they finally show up.
They're here. They're in the.
They are fashionably
They're in the
late
green room right now.
all the time.
They're in the green room. Yeah, love that.
And then there's been rumblings today that Ronda Rousey is set to come back December 30th against Amanda Nunes for the championship right out of the gate.
That would be awesome.
Is that a fact or is that a rumor?
That'd be awesome. I don't know. It's social media stuff.
Last time she went Ronda Rousey, she kind of fell asleep.
Ouch! I like it, man.
Bilko drills
Rousey. Oh no.
That's a good one.
So is she's not the champion like the other girl, the one girl beat her last
her
champion
out.
that's sleeping.
Then she got tapped out, and then Misha Tate got knocked out. So it's changed every single fight since then.
Oh, okay. So there's a new champion right now.
Amanda Nunes.
She's like 5 champions ago.
It's basically female drama. It's hard to keep up on.
Man, wow.
But
so
super high in demand. You know, she had some serious injuries, and the one between the ears was the worst. And yeah, exactly. So, but now
when the king calls you out like that, like obviously you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I don't know enough to be talking about it, but sounds interesting.
But don't let that stop
because
you.
every girl's get knocked out along the way. Sounds like good for the fans.
Yeah.
I hope she gets knocked out again. Oh,
wow,
no.
bro!
No, I don't know.
I think that she's going to come back and have another run. You know,
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's going to come back and have
What
another
happened to the
run.
girl that like the one from
Holly Holm?
Yeah, what happened to Holly Holmes?
She got knocked out.
By another girl or
Well,
not?
no, she got choked out for the title by Misha Tate.
Oh, okay.
And then she fought this other girl on this comeback who like knocked her out, and it's like, well, that's a setback, and so you probably won't see her
For a while.
again for a while.
But she might be the, you know, she might be
If
the
they
one
can't find
person
anyone
that
to
can
beat her again,
Rousey.
she'll be back. Yeah. Did you see our boy Dominic Cruz didn't call out Conor McGregor, but he kind of called out Conor McGregor?
I love that. I love Dominic Cruz. Of course, was a close friend of the show here.
Yep.
And the fact that he made a statement for why he can beat Conor McGregor got everybody excited. And for me, Conor McGregor and him are the two people that are sort of intellectually stimulating enough to really have
You mean
about
Nate
before
Diaz
the
is
bout.
not intellectually stimulating?
Yeah, that is the perfect way to say it.
I think his vocabulary ends at FU.
There's only 2 letters in his vocabulary,
Oh man.
in his alphabet.
Ouch! Stockton slap.
He might as well be from Australia, that guy.
Right.
Nah, we got way more vocabulary than that.
But man, I just the press conference that these guys would have
Can you
before the
imagine?
fight, man. Smack of all smack.
That's what I'm saying. The press conference alone could be sold at pay-per-view if those two were going at it. So I hope it happens. And of course, being a homer for Dominic, I just want to see Dominic go
and
in
two
there.
possible weight classes, 145 and 155, that he talked about. Hey, I'll meet you where you want, and let's do this.
But he didn't beg for it. The
No.
other dudes are begging for it. Dominic has more respect for himself.
And Conor.
And, well, the other dudes just want the payday, but Dominic respects his game as a fighter. I think the fact that he didn't beg for it, but he called it out, speaks volumes.
I think that fight's got to happen.
Got to happen.
That
Yeah.
stuff changes so
Yeah.
fast, huh? I mean, those guys are hot one day and not so hot the next.
So
Crazy.
over the weekend, there's been some rally. There's been some. We just got over some UTV racing that Bilko really made a statement at.
Really big statement.
And was there some off-road racing this week?
There was,
weeks
but it was
ago.
the Parker 250 or
Oh,
something.
okay, some desert
2 weeks
stuff.
ago was Lucas at Elson.
Which, interesting factoid there, Robbie Gordon's son, Max, makes his debut at 8 years old, the youngest best in the desert competitor ever, in the UTV with Robbie Gordon co-driving. Oh,
Love it.
man, Max is getting it on.
Love it.
Robbie didn't start driving till 16 years old. Max is doing it at 8.
Did you see the
Right
the
now.
viral video of that? Like, see the video going around?
Yeah.
I
Like
saw it, but
Robbie's
didn't
in
watch
the
it.
he's in the passenger seat and he's kind of like
Freaking out.
he's like you can tell he's like he wants the oh shit handles what he
But
wants.
when they give
He's
him
like,
the microphone, he was like, oh, yeah, I was just telling him to mat it, you know.
Yeah. Well, he
I love
probably wasn't. It was a great video of Max because he's just like he's in there swinging around like this. He's a little kid,
Right.
like big old giant steering wheel. But Robbie was in the passenger side, just like
I think any driver is
Pretty fun.
way less more comfortable in the passenger seat.
yeah. I mean, when you're a driver like Robbie Gordon, I mean, he's driven his whole life. It's pretty hard to ride in the passenger seat, right?
So when would you even imagine the last time he co-drove for anybody was, let alone
Probably
8-year-old?
what it had to be his road with his dad, I would assume,
Yeah.
years ago. I mean, years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
It's not
Anyways,
not a
that's-
seat that you see him in often.
There's the
No,
new,
and not a seat he's comfortable in, even with his
Right.
son or anybody else.
Right.
Like you said, he's crawling out of his seat.
Yeah.
You guys watch any of the surf contests? Quick Pro going on in France?
did not. Is it on hold right now?
It's on hold. It's
Due
been
to
off and
flatness?
on,
Yeah.
just with some of the swell come through. But there's been some really great waves, and I just love the waves in France. I always have. It's a really punchy beach break. It barrels. It's got a lot of different sandbars to it, and you see a lot of high performance surfing mixed with barrel surfing. It's really, really fun surfing to watch.
Is it at a nudist beach?
And it's a nudist beach. So
How'd you know that?
It's
I've been
France,
around,
dude.
traveled a bit.
Might have been to that beach, huh?
Yeah, always go where the titties are.
So, so the fans or the competitors, Newt?
not the competitors.
Spectators.
Yes, just some of the spectators. I don't know. It doesn't.
That'd be
doesn't
pretty
focus
funny,
on
though.
that, but
Right.
that'd be a whole different sport.
It would.
Really.
It would.
And I bet you that we'd have different champion.
Probably.
Because guaranteed, if Jeremy had to ride nude,
I would not be
Amick would have been the
competing.
champion.
Oh, really?
I couldn't surf in cold water if that was the case.
Well, we'd all be out on that one. It's pretty cold usually, except for Hawaii maybe or something.
The water's been super warm out here.
Yeah, not warm enough, babe. Let me tell you.
Yeah. It's not jacuzzi hot.
Where do you go out?
In Carlsbad, but Oceanside. I mean,
At
it's
the
cold
Cheater
enough
at the
to
Cheater
bring...
Beach at the power plant.
Oh no,
Where
that's
it's always warm?
Warmies.
Yeah.
No. A little
Yeah,
bit
you
more
know you're getting
south.
radiated or something there. You're like hot water.
The water's warm though, but not warm enough. I mean, there's that huge shark in Oceanside. Just
I saw
2
that.
days ago.
I saw that. Did you see that?
It was
that
like
was
8-foot
crazy.
shark at Oceanside Pier.
They had it on Instagram. They're
read
like,
something about
they were
that.
telling that guy, like, hey, it's swimming for you.
They're like, "Hey, shark, get out!"
You might want to move.
That was crazy.
So sketchy.
He was riding the waves too.
Did he hear it? Did he think they were joking or what?
It
don't
doesn't
know.
show the end of it because it's on Instagram.
The thing
but-
was massive though.
yeah.
Scary.
And if you're going by like in front of the power plant, they tend to kind of hover around that warmer water.
Oh
so
yeah.
you're looking for a little convenience, but you're definitely putting yourself in some peril.
Yeah, you're glowing
Right.
and there's sharks.
Yeah, you're glowing sharks.
But at least you're warm.
Feels good.
Wear a suit.
So the women's Roxy Pro is going on at the same time, and the girls have been shredding it up. There actually was a chance for there to be a championship heat that went on, and I couldn't tell you who it is. I think it's
Some
Kristen
gnarly
Moore,
semis are lined up.
but she was in a position to potentially seal the deal, and the way it went down, it's already happened that it's going to move on to the next round before we're able to seal the deal. We want to do something special right now. We want to be a big shout out to everybody watching us on Facebook,
What's
on Jeremy
up?
McGrath's Facebook. We are pumped to be
Yeah.
online with you guys. There's over 200 people watching us live on his Facebook right now, and it's just beginning to populate. Do us a favor.
It's
text
the
your
first
friends.
time, yeah.
It's the first time we've done this with Jeremy, and we're really excited about it. Text your friends, message them, let them know that we're live. We're going to be getting into it in a few minutes. We're going to bring on our next guests who are going to fill out our panel right here. And we kind of need to find another chair because
So let's
feel
just tell all you guys that on my
I'll
Facebook right
jump
now.
out of here.
Hey, the funny thing is about was it 3 weeks ago we when I did the
Yes.
show?
Yeah.
We tried to do it then because of the Facebook Live thing, but of course I didn't know any
Jeremy
of my
doesn't know how to log
passcodes
into
or
his
I
own
didn't, I didn't
Facebook.
know anything. So anyways, we're back now and psyched that it's going to be live tonight. So yeah, thanks for joining us.
Jeremy's really excited for you guys that follow his Facebook to know that he actually, that is his Facebook, and he actually appreciates you guys.
Is this the fake
Well,
one?
let me give you
What
the
is
story. Let me give you the story. Okay, so you guys know throughout my racing career, I always had a publicist, right? So, and for Facebook for me, most of the time it's all really business stuff, and then I take care of my Instagram and some Twitter a little bit, but but now with Facebook Live, I can actually I don't have a publicist anymore. So
Sacked him.
her.
Sacked her.
But not really.
It's
She
the
was
lynch
with me
mob.
for
It's the
20
lynch
years.
mob.
20
She's
years.
family.
Cheryl was
She's
amazing.
family.
She's
Yeah.
amazing. And she would still help me today, but I just really don't need it. But this is our early Christmas present to you guys on Facebook Live. Here at Toyota, we're at the Toyota Escondido Action Sports Show.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, we do need to bring on our next guest. So, Lindsay, before we ask you politely to step aside for these guys, which just seems
I'm
like
not asking her.
it
You
just
ask her.
seems like a bad idea.
I'll
but
be
I don't,
back another day.
Yes, you will see her back again another day. So
We're
I'll go grab
really
them for you.
gonna take the most scenic
I
person
know
on this
I like everything
on
about this feels
panel
wrong.
out
It's
of
okay.
here.
It's okay. I'll go grab the
I'll
other
leave.
gentleman.
Maybe we could get her to sit on the Ski-Doo thing and roll it back here or whatever, or sit her on a
Ski-Doo.
bike.
The jet ski.
You ever been on a jet ski?
Stand up jet
Never
ski.
been on a jet ski.
Right? Yeah.
See, even Lindsay knows what it's called. You call
It's
it
a jet
Ski-Doo.
ski. I'm
The
from Canyon Lake.
Ski-Doo.
Whatever the snow bike thing, whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing's
The
yeah.
called.
snow tractor.
The snow bike.
The snow
He's going
tractor.
backwards in years,
It's
man.
a Toyota Escondido Ski-Doo.
The wet bike.
All right, guys.
Yes,
You guys
yes.
have a
All right,
great
whoa,
show.
whoa, hold
real
on,
quick,
hold on. Before
Where can
yeah,
people find you so they know,
Yeah,
know
wait.
about you? Give us a
Lindsay,
quick
what do you
lowdown.
got going? Tell us your story. What do you got going?
Who is this girl?
Who am I? I am Lindsay Boyer, at Lindsay Boyer on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm I guess a huge action sports fan. So you'll see me on here.
Former
Find me at
Monster
the
Girl?
club.
Former monster.
Former Monster
model,
Girl.
Was Supercross.
Monster
She's a
Girl.
model.
Street League.
Been
and-
around.
She's in a lot of
Street League.
videos with
Yep,
Dirt
the
Shark
Goonies
and all the
with MC.
other hot chicks
Been in the
and all of
Doonies.
us boys and all the dirt bikes. So you guys have probably seen LB quite a lot.
Thanks, MC.
And Yeah, she's
You're her
she's,
publicist
she's
now.
one of the
He's
one of the
my
one of the cool
post.
Right?
chicks.
Yeah.
So
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
you
she's
very
one of the
much.
posse.
I am a part of the crew.
Yep.
It's great.
She's officially been jumped into the crew a long time ago.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Well, thanks
Nice
for
to
coming
see you,
out.
LB.
And hopefully you can hang for a little bit here.
I was
Hey,
just holding down
here,
the fort
hold on,
until the
let's just-
guys came.
Yeah, let's just do this. If we get Axel up here, which we're going to introduce
Ooh,
Axel,
let's
right?
do that.
If Axel doesn't talk enough, then he's going to go back out and you can
Okay.
come back in.
All right, let's bring
Okay.
Axel in.
All right, good.
Everybody, big radio Facebook Live round of applause,
applause.
for
Bye, guys. Have fun.
Axel
Bye,
Hodges.
Come on,
Come
Axel.
on to set, bud. And we're also bringing his bodyguard.
Yeah. Here he comes.
Come on. It is
AKA Slay.
the Dirt Shark himself.
What's up? What's up?
Join us.
How's it going?
What's up, Axel?
Here he is, Dirt Shark. He absolutely has the best head for radio.
What up?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of that tonight. Welcome to the show, boys. Welcome to the show. We got to give
Thanks, mate. Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We're on.
Yeah, check. Yeah.
let's do a radio check. Get that thing a little closer to your face there, right there. You guys good? Crazy Chris, the board operator, they good?
What's he
All right.
say? Can it turn
Chris,
up,
do you need
turn
a
up-
monster? I need you to pep up, man. Are
Turn
they
up the
good?
something. Turn up the something in my headphones.
Do you feel good? Because you look good.
You look good, Doki.
Yeah, you look good too.
What up?
Yeah. What up?
Grand Ham, thanks for having us.
Really pumped to have you on, man.
Yep.
We've wanted to have you on for a long time. There's so much story we could talk with these two right here. There's the history, the birth of the shark, you know.
A water birth.
Was it? I don't remember. Was it a water birth? I heard it was born at like. Oh, this is awkward.
There we go. Are we good?
He was so uncomfortable he pulled it away again.
I don't like that.
You don't like that being next to your mouth?
I don't like oval shaped things close to my mouth. There we go.
And if I do, I want to put him there, not someone else. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, we're on my Facebook Live, so
Okay.
say what's up.
What up, Facebook Live?
This Dirt Shark,
Dirt
Ash
Shark,
Hodges,
working.
Axel Hodges over
What's up,
here,
guys?
the little legend.
So what's the deal with your family? Because when we first met, I was like, "Dang, dude, Ash can ride a dirt bike,
Not anymore.
He can ride a quad.
right?"
Yeah, I can ride quad good now.
Yeah.
I he holds went it to down pretty street. good I on ride the quad. Harleys now, but I sort of let Axel take over. So he's definitely taken over. But yeah,
He's
we've all
so
rode
much
dirt
better
bikes.
than you ever were.
Way better.
Yeah, and then he left the quad. Then he left the quad at our house, and I got better
On the quad as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I had him on the quad, and then I left my quad at the house for like 3 days, and then he just pretty much slayed that thing too.
Took him 30 minutes to learn all your tricks.
It seems like
No, he hasn't gone 12 o'clock yet.
not 12
No,
yet.
I've scraped the rack. Yeah.
Yeah,
the rack.
He
you have
probably
me on
has.
that one.
Yeah,
Saddlebags.
that's funny.
You're definitely one of those guys that just has such natural control, throttle, brake, and clutch type control when you ride, and it's for me that's a lot of fun to watch guys like that just kind of can do whatever they want on the bike. And if we watch your videos, like you'll pop up and like nose manual the top of some like landing, and then like kind of spring load and bunny hop off, and then wheelie down, and all that in flip flops and like a Speedo. You
Yeah.
just stepped out of the pool. So you're a wild man on a bike, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we're pumped to have you on. So how long have you been riding for? Like, were you chasing this dream for a long time?
Well, yeah, ever since I started riding when I was 5, actually, and then had a pretty big injury. I broke my femur when I was 5, and my mom was pretty over it at that point, so she didn't
MC
really.
knows about that.
Broke his
Yeah.
femur when he was 5.
I was there. Yeah, I was there.
What were
Axel-
you doing?
It was just we were out at Pitchell's place, and Axel was riding along. He was riding a 50, and another guy on a big bike was coming along, and
Okay.
he was coming up, and it was just a weird accident, like a collision, and I believe that dude's foot peg. He swerved right and to miss Axel and went down, and then caught Axel on the leg or something right on here.
Yeah,
I
I
guess he
got
caught him right in the middle
big.
of the femur.
Yeah, well, no, I think it was right here, right next to the knee. Or
That was
whatever.
like right here in the middle. Looks like kind of a shark bite.
So yeah, he that was like PH, their dad took off flying to the hospital with Larry Brooks.
was
Larry
there.
Brooks was driving, I think, and yeah, they made it to the hospital. But yeah, Axel's right. I don't think his mom was too happy
He
about
was in
that one.
traction for what? About 6
Well, he
weeks?
was so little.
Yeah, I don't
He was so little. They don't put a rod or anything in your leg at that time.
Right.
So you got to wear a body cast. So Axel's
And then his leg was hanging.
man.
His leg was hanging from
from a cable.
Yeah, from a cable, and they had it all in traction. And my mom wasn't having it, and he wasn't allowed to ride till.
So you're out of it for what at this point, like a year?
No, he's out of it for like 5 years. My mom wouldn't let him ride.
Wow.
Yeah, I like kind of ride just down below the house, but we never go to the tracks. And then I finally got a
still
track
wanted
bike.
to all this time.
Yeah, still wanted to, but then when I was in like 5th grade, my dad finally got me a 150, and we just started going to Star West every Wednesday night, and then just been riding since then.
Wow.
Star West. How does Star West create a rider like you, man?
I don't know. I just rode Star West a lot. Went to Paul Racer when that opened up, and then just down below my house, I
You rode
kind of
MC's Ranch a bunch.
Yeah, MC's Ranch. I rode with him a bunch, and just always watch that guy
And
ride.
I don't mean to, and that came out the wrong way because it kind of seemed maybe like I was dogging on Star West because Star West is like rad for guys like me and your brother, but for guys like you that like jump over houses and like
but when he was
down.
in 5th grade at Star West is like a little. It was an awesome track for a kid in 5th grade.
Yeah.
He was on a 150.
The
So
jumps used to be a little big. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
Star West, we used to go there like as pros and ride once a week just because it was, we could go at night and all that. But dirt's good.
Yeah, they used to have some pretty big kickers there. That's where I like
That's
to
true.
jump.
Yeah.
I went out there. I started on a 110, then I finally got on my bigger bike, and then that's where I learned how to jump all the jumps.
I'm pumped to hear you call those big kickers, man.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
there was some.
Oh, big
was some
kicker
big
on a
ones.
mini bike is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're jumping on a big bike, you're not really a hero.
Yeah. He was looking at it from the 80 point of view.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I heard you were big. Were you going big today?
Yeah, we were just out at Paul Racer practicing that new 18-foot quarter pipe they built. They're going to have
Huge, huh?
Yeah, at the
That's
Monster
why we were
Cup.
late.
Yeah,
we had to get a couple extra in.
Yeah, we had to get.
You were going for the night shot.
Had to get a little extra high before you came.
Yeah.
How was it? Like, what's that thing like?
I mean, at first it was kind of goofy. I didn't really know how to go off a quarter pipe, and like getting used to 180 the
Trust
bike
me, I
is kind
still
of
don't.
gnarly. Yeah. So I just kind of learned it on that little one they have in the freestyle park.
Right.
And I just did that before I hit the big one. I just hit that one like 5 times and went straight to the big one and just kind of hit it. So I didn't
Because
think
to
about
roll
it
up
too
and
much.
hit that big one would be
So the
pretty heavy.
jump, I saw footage. Ash showed me some yesterday. The jump's 18 feet high.
Yeah.
The lip. So
Yeah,
like,
the lift's 18 feet,
Wow.
A normal quarter pipe's 13 feet high.
yeah,
Gnarly.
this lip's huge. I mean, he looks like he's a little pinner when he's going up it. It's pretty cool.
So how are you dealing with managing the depth of the re-entry? Like, did that come real natural for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, they had the ramp there set up pretty like spot on with the landing. So
Yeah.
I just went over there and hit it, and you can just kind of feel it out. Jump it small first couple times, and then just slowly every time just try to go straighter and apply more throttle off it to see how high you can go off that thing.
And
You
then
just get that muscle memory.
It's sort of
Yeah.
he like sort of carves from the right up to the left, and the less you carve, and you go. I mean, you
Straight
go
off the
straight.
top.
You go straight off the top. It's going to shoot you higher. But the more you carve, the farther you're going to go, not the higher.
You transfer farther across
Yeah.
the more
Yeah.
angle you take. Yeah.
Now let's clarify some things. The reason you're doing this is because this weekend at the Monster Energy Monster Cup event in Las Vegas, they're having the FMX High Rollers as well as the Dirt Shark Best Whip. And part of FMX High Rollers, they're going to bring in this big, massive quarter pipe and let people boost it out.
There's going to be 2 of them on each side.
So you can go either way.
You can go either way, and then it's going to be, I think,
If you're a lefty or a righty, doesn't matter.
Belka likes to go both ways.
Yeah, I
But,
go both ways.
So,
Is both sides going to be 18 feet?
yeah, both sides are 18.
One side 6
Have you-
inches.
And
Was the landing set up? Could you hit it right at all yet?
They had a different ramp that was even bigger than the one I was in. That was on the right side, but I haven't tried that one because I don't want to crash my brains out trying to go right.
Yeah, right.
but
'Cause-
you go left though. He says
Is
you
left
go
natural
left.
for you?
From
Yeah.
most of us, you like riding to the left when you're whipping it. Which way you like?
Back end flies to the left, jump to the right.
So that way, you like that way.
Yeah, I go that way.
You're just really
Well,
confused.
yeah, typically.
He's like, wait a second.
Well, I mean,
I
typically.
mean, my steering wheel's on the other side to you, so
Yeah, well, yeah. Some here in the U.S. might call it the wrong way, but we call it the other way, right?
yeah, the other way. Goofy footed.
Yeah,
Goofy
exactly.
footed, yeah.
Exactly. So typically, right. A lot of bike riders go to the left, right? Because the brake's on the right.
Yeah.
So you can take your left foot off when you're in the air, and you can still control the action of the bike with your right foot because you can grab the brake pedal. So
I spin to the left.
Except for Bilko.
I spin to the left.
Unless they're on a bull taco or something.
Okay, I don't know nothing about spinning around, so I'm just talking
360,
about
just-
leaning a little.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I go the opposite way of that. I whip off the regular ramp. I whip out the way Bilko whips, but then I go off the quarter pipe left.
Yeah, but you skate regular and you snowboard goofy.
Yeah.
So he's all
really.
Yeah, I call. Hey, you know what I like to call it? Well balanced.
Yeah, well balanced.
Kicks a football with his left foot, throws a baseball with his right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just checking out. We're getting some feedback from some people on Facebook. So if you guys have a specific question for any of these guys, type it up here. We're gonna get you the answer that you
throw it my way. I'll give you free subtitles.
If you ask Bilko for something, he is going to let you know. No doubt about that. No doubt. So are you competing in this thing, dude?
I'll be there. I'm not doing this.
Not the quarter pipe.
Not the high. I'm not the high jump. I'm not doing the whip either because I'm not really good at that. I can't even whip a bowl of cream. But freestyle, I'll be there. FMX high rollers. We're going for X Games qualifying. Gonna pull a few old tricks out of the bag and see what I can do to.
You've been practicing like
a little bit. I've been a little bit in four wheels. For the last
you've been having a
weeks.
race last week, yeah.
Yeah, so it's I got to get rid of the steering wheel, back to the handlebars. But
yeah.
I'm ready.
So give us the preview. What's the Bilko run look like?
We're probably looking at a cliffhanger flip, come around off the 120, hit a lazy boy flip.
You're gonna lazy boy flip the 120?
Yeah, it's no drama as long as the steering damper's fine.
The thing is, like, that is so much bigger than
that's what she said.
People realize.
No, it's fine as long as the steering damper's good. You got more time. It's like the ramp flips easier than a 75, and it's more slower as long as you can mentally get over the fact that you're way higher and you're going a whole lot further, and you forget about the thing. If you do crash, it's twice as bad as a 75.
So Bilko, when was the last time there was a 120 to dirt in the FMX contest to dirt?
I think Home Depot Center or Coliseum. 2009, 2010.
So they brought it back to Nitro Circus this year, but it was artificial.
Yeah, it was pretty flat.
Yeah, but so this is the first time we've had the 120 back on dirt landing, which we're excited about.
Are we bringing the 120 into whip or no?
I mean, you could if you want to be a hero.
No, we're gonna prop that. We're gonna probably prop it 12 inches and back it
That'd
up
be
to
nuts.
85 for the whip.
85.
Between 80. I think we ran at 82 last year, and we propped it a foot. It just makes for a better show.
A little bit more hang time.
Yeah,
hang off the bottom.
Yeah. I like that. What do you think? He's over there like kind of. You start talking like that, and he kind of gets.
Yeah, I like
you can tell how young Axel is. You start talking about, he's like, He gets all pumped.
I got that 120. I'll throw it backwards off
That's
the 120.
right.
Yeah. Threw it backwards a couple times.
So this weekend's quarter pipe event, or
when does that break down? Like, what is the
so there's 3 events. It's the whole thing's called the FMX High Rollers event. We teamed up with ESPN. And Feld's helping promote this as well, but it's out in the parking lot. It starts at 1:30, goes to 5 p.m. It's 3 categories within this contest. There's the regular freestyle motocross FMX contest.
16 guys, 2 runs each. Best run counts.
Exactly. And then we got the Dirt Shark Biggest Whip, which it gets narrowed down to 3 best guys, and then it goes pretty much 2 runs. Whoever whips it the best out of the top 3 guys, that's gold, silver, bronze. And then the first time ever, which sort of this originated from watching snowboard contest, and I think they've done it in BMX, but we're doing a quarter pipe high jump contest. And I think this from out watching Axel today. No disrespect to the step up contest at X Games, but I think it looks a little bit more stylish, a little bit cooler
than just
and
the up
if
and
this
over.
Thing goes well,
and it's big. It's
bigger.
bigger.
And it goes bigger. And if this thing goes well, it could possibly, we're trying to make. Hopefully, it goes well, and we can make this an event in X Games.
And they could go bigger with step up also if they set up a metal ramp and really let them go bigger. But I don't know that you're gonna ever.
I don't know if you want to go bigger.
Yeah, you don't want to
Axel,
go
what do you think
bigger.
about step up?
I mean, it's painful. You don't come down the right way, but
Of course, it's painful. You did 1 jump, you separated or dislocated your shoulder.
Yep. And then I tried it again, and I hit the bar. So, not a fan of it this year, but if it's in it next year, I'll come back strong.
It's interesting. I think it's going to be back next year. I think you're going to have better dirt. I think it's going to be a better experience. A lot of people were really actually hyped about you being there. Felt like you were going to probably do pretty good. So it's it's X Games.
Renner
You show
scared.
up and
Practice.
you show up and sometimes the dirt just isn't right. And I know we had a lot of issues there in Texas, but don't give up on that event.
I like step up. Takes a lot of technique,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
one person here has a
It's
gold
gnarly.
from step up. I
I think
think.
that one
Yeah.
year they cut it down because the lip was that big that Byton and Renner were going 40 feet. And
Yeah, they stopped doing
they
that.
couldn't even handle the landing anymore.
That would be what would happen if we got a metal ramp.
Yeah,
you know?
metal ramp. Sorry,
I
Dan,
mean,
mate. It's not your ankles, it's theirs.
Bro, we already did metal ramp step up.
But
And
I
metal
must
ramp step
agree.
up
I must
landing.
agree. There might be room for this quarter pipe event. It's pretty rad. The thing that's going to be technical about it is the ramp's 18 feet high and the landing's going to be like 21.
It's about 20 to 22 feet. And it's a 40-foot deck on the top.
So that's only a 3 foot,
40 feet wide.
variation from the lip to the landing, which means you're going to have to like be pretty precise when you land.
Yeah.
Right, because the landing you've been practicing on this week, you got some
like
you got
30
some
feet.
wiggle room there.
Yeah, you do.
If you guys go on the Monster Energy Snapchat right now, there's a couple clips of it from the day. So whoever wants to check it out, go check it out.
Can I check that now?
Yeah, he can check it. It's about the difference between that landing is that the one out of Paul is about 30 feet. So he doesn't look as high as he would be on the 20-foot one. But Matt McCall, who built the ramps and has been helping us out a ton on this whole project, he set up the quarter pipe so you'd be landing at the 20-foot mark where you'd be landing it at X Games.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how far down are you grabbing the landing?
About like halfway down.
Okay.
Probably like about 20 feet. Yeah.
He
Sometimes you go, like the harder you hit it and the straighter you go, the actually more like pops you out.
Yeah.
So you kind of go straighter up and come straighter down. So I think just the harder you hit it, the more money you're gonna.
And then they measured out the length. He was sort of, he was going from the tip of the top of the quarter pipe to where he was landing.
The length of the tip.
Yeah, the length of the tip. You know about that. Okay.
What was it?
So they're gonna measure it out. I don't know, but the thing that's gonna look gnarly on this thing is they're gonna have it super gapped.
Oh, they're gonna have a gap, so it'll be like a 50-foot space.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a huge space. So they're gonna pretty much go off McNeil's and Axel. I think Harry Bink hit it today. They're going off they're all landing in the same spot. They're gonna size it to that. No one's gone right yet.
And they're gonna cut the middle out.
Yeah. So
can't wait to
that's
watch.
That's definitely gonna give it that you're
Can't
gonna
wait
get
to
that
watch that one.
perspective as a fan.
Well, it's gonna look
audience
as big as it is.
Right.
Yeah.
You get that perspective.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah. How many guys are doing that?
Bilko has the stats.
How many guys are doing the quarter pipe?
I think there's 8 in that, 8 in best whip, 16 in freestyle. So a couple of guys are crossing over.
12 in best whip.
So are the 8 guys that are doing the quarter pipe event? Are they all riding it this week, or is there guys going in and do it blind?
I think so. I haven't seen any other guys riding.
You've been out there a couple times, right? Other than those guys today,
I think it was McNeil, Harry Bink, and then Axel, the only guys that hit it out there. But yeah, I got the roster on my phone. But
that's going to be pretty sketchy.
Look it up. I'd like to know.
It's already sketchy.
Yeah.
Who do you feel like is looking strong of those guys? Bank, McNeil, yourself.
Little J-Rod. I mean, he can whip a bike.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
And a quarter pipe. I think he can go pretty big on that. Axel, of course, got mad bike skill. Plus, he's had some practice on it. So I'm looking for him to send it. You gonna send it?
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
still
send
wearing
it.
my boots?
Yeah, I wanna
he's wearing my boots.
No, my brother stole them.
What?
What's not my other brother, Sunken Scum? He's got them on.
What's
I gave them to him.
What's the style move on that thing? Like,
Way to go!
Gonna...
Give out borrowed stuff. That's awesome.
Can you like hang off the side of that thing real far, or what? Like, what can you do for
heel clickers? Don't add to your score. If you throw
style
a heel
points?
clicker,
No, that's just it. It doesn't, but it kind of should a little bit.
This is what's going to be interesting is that we're using the same technology from the mega ramp when they do the quarter pipe at X Games for the skateboarders and the BMX.
So you got the digital measurement.
So there's like a puck that goes in the bike, and we got to figure out where do you put it on the swing arm, put it on the skid.
So depending on where the puck is,
you
move the bike to the highest point.
Put it on my sun plug, mate, because that thing's
McNeil's
going
completely upside down. I heard he's not going as high, but he's completely whipping it upside down. Where Axel's not completely upside down, so we got to figure out where we're putting it.
I think from the footage I saw, you need to put it on the left, right under the left foot peg, the left side foot peg, because it's the same height nearly as the drain plug if McNeil's going upside down.
Yeah.
But is that the same for people going right and left if you do it that way?
Well,
put it on the bar.
We haven't seen anyone go right yet.
I think you're going to need to
bar
put
pad?
it like.
Or if you run a twin wall,
you'll find
straight,
a spot, mate. Couple of
or
zip
the
ties,
single bar. Come on,
cable ties.
Might lose a couple inches there.
Yeah, so we haven't. I don't think
you got to figure that out.
We haven't figured that one out yet. So it's going to be all digital technology that's going to measure it.
That's going to be awesome, though. That's absolutely awesome. How are you going to secure it to the bike?
Super glue.
I haven't seen it yet.
I say you put it on a band and you just put it on each rider's.
No,
boot.
every
just
rider.
strap it around them right before they go.
I got this. Every rider has to wear a fanny pack. and we put it in the fanny pack.
No.
Nah,
Bilko
Dan,
will be pumped. You wear it to
mate,
the
it's not
front.
like you
No fanny
rollerblading
pack.
down Long Beach Pier.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
fanny packs.
Those aren't rollerblades. Those are roller skates, dude.
But that dude McNarls and there's a McNarl. And then
Oh,
West
he's gonna
Aid-
come do
yeah,
it?
he's doing it.
You got
There's a guy named McNarls?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't.
Who's
I've never
McNarls?
met him, but they call him McNarls.
Yeah,
he's got-
Axel, tell us about McNarls.
He's got real game.
McNally, yeah, he's gnarly. He holds the record actually for the quarter pipe out
Quarter
there.
pipe air?
Yeah, they got the 30-foot quarter pipe out there that I think he hit. And he was in the 30-foot range for height, and he was doing it switch too. He usually goes left, and he was jumping it right. So he's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And he did a 200
You must be
foot
gnarly if you
backflip
have-
into it.
200 foot?
Yeah, they got a long distance jump before, and he does a 200 backflip into it.
20-foot.
Hits his
backflip.
S turn, and then it hits
I
the
saw it
record for the
today.
quarter pipe. So
Impressive.
Sounds like
gnarly.
sounds like he's pretty worthy of the nickname.
You know what's crazy about that guy is he's like a nurse. He's like got a real job. He just rides for fun. Like he's a character, man. He puts people on blast too, like not personally, but with his riding.
yeah.
Bilko,
Yeah.
what about West Agee? Can he?
I heard
He can send it. Yeah, he's been hucking the quarter pipe a lot at Link's place over the years. So he's been pretty quiet for a while now. He did Real Moto last year. He wasn't there this year, but I definitely think if
Is
push
he in the
comes to
comp
shove,
this year?
he's going to
Yeah,
air
I
the
gotta pull
quarter.
that up.
AG's in the competition?
Yeah.
He's a good rider.
Funny. Last time I talked to him, he was like, I don't know if I'm riding. I'm like,
Is he a lefty or a righty? I think he's a righty.
I'm not sure.
Have to look that up. Give us the stats. I think on the start list, Ash, you need an L or an R next to everyone's name, so everyone knows which way they go.
Yeah.
Left or a right.
Okay, so how's it going to go down? What day is that happening? What day is the FMX happening? What times?
Thursday, Friday is practice for freestyle. I know that much. And then 1 p.m. the contest starts for freestyle.
On Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah,
1
on
p.m.
Saturday. Okay.
That's when all the fans are there.
So
and
all the events are on Saturday.
All the events are Saturday. So the
all
day show is
televised
1
or
to
what?
5. 1 to 5 on Saturday.
No, it's 1:30 to 5:30. The first contest is the whip contest. Then it goes into the FMX contest that closes with quarter pipe. And it's going to be a live webcast on monsterenergy.com.
Sweet.
So starting at 1:30. So go to that. And it's actually after we were forgetting about the race here. We got the race, MC. No
Yeah. No, we're just talking about the day. Hey, well, that's the greatest part about the weekend, right? I mean, it's the day show. The day show is just like
the pre-entertainment
gotta-
before the big dogs come
got an
out.
awesome,
Yeah.
show to look forward to.
So
For those of you who are going to Monster Cup for the Saturday day event, I mean, a lot of stuff to watch.
It's in the parking lot at Sam Boyd out front, and we got a full legit freestyle setup out there. And ESPN's been very helpful. Eric Pinard and Tim Reed over there, and I mean, we've been putting this thing together for a couple months now, and we've just been putting all our work into this thing. The Monster Cup's sort of already rolling. It goes. The race is going no matter what, and we just, we've been known for Monster Energy for putting our activation on the parking lot. We had smoke shows or the whip contest last year, and there's not many events anymore. I guess you say about that.
Not much at all. G2 is gone. There's no LG World Championship that used to be in Pomona, so there's really no place for young talent to come and showcase. So the fact that there's actually a qualifier, I mean, I think the last time there was a qualifier for X Games was 2007, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was an event in Las Vegas, and the winner only got consideration into X Games. It wasn't even a guaranteed spot. Where now, you got a proper course. You got the 16 of the best riders from around the world coming, and they get a chance to throw down. And the funny thing is, the prize money is that good that, Clinton Moore got a bronze medal this year. He's already guaranteed a spot at X Games, but he's coming solely for the prize money. He's already got a spot in X Games, but he wants to come and win the money. So not only is it a spot at X Games, there's
good.
one of the biggest purse we've had in a long time. It's bigger than X Games. So
Indeed.
everybody's throwing down not only for the money, but also for the X Games spot. So
I was so pumped. I didn't see this thing, till not too long ago, and I actually saw it on Deegan, posted it somewhere, and I was like, $100,000? Yes, thank you. I immediately called Ash and was like, I am so pumped that you guys are doing this.
yeah.
Let's put together a show or something, anything we can do, because I'm pumped to see someone infuse cash into freestyle moto.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
putting our bodies on the line and stuff,
Yeah.
it's
It's
quite
solid.
rewarding. So it's good.
Yeah. I'm a big Clinton fan, and he's got to be one of the guys that's going to give you some competition in the freestyle.
I think he's ahead of my level. Definitely. I don't think I'm competition to him at all. So
I was just being nice.
he's going to be thrown down. You were being nice, but yeah, he's coming out. He's throwing down. I think there's a couple of Euros coming over. You got young Harry Bink. He's hungry to show what he's got, and You know, Javier, Adam Jones, Taka. Like, it's a stacked field, man. Levi's Jacko's coming out, and he doesn't really ride freestyle of late because you know, he's got opinions on the cheetah ramp and that. But I know for a fact he's throwing a front flip in his run.
Well,
you will see a front flip this weekend at Monster Energy Cup on a dirt bike.
And shouldn't it be called different because he throws? I mean, he lawn dart front flips it versus the breakaway ramp, and I think it should be be called different. I think
I'm not saying there's no disrespect on those ramps that mechanically help you. It still takes the same amount of balls to sack up and hit a ramp knowing that you're going to hit the biggest braking bump of your life and go over the handlebars and keep going. So it is gnarly, but the way Jacko's done it and
it's a little bit more technical and difficult.
Yeah, the way he's gone and done it and learned it and the commitment and effort it takes to get
It's
that
amazing.
200-pound
The red's
motorcycle to
amazing.
rotate over. And now he's got to pull the clutch in because he's going to slap the front down and not whiskey throttle that. It's
What gear is that?
He's just second gear pin, bit of a throttle chop, and then just huck forward and then
just lets up on the ramp
and just a little bit
throws his body.
If he lets up too much, he comes up short and then gets ejected over the bars. I've seen that happen.
So where does this come from? You know, we want to talk about more about it, but where does this whole idea come from? Was this a brainchild? You guys were all sitting around going, we need to find a way to stimulate this sport. Let's throw some money at it. Let's do something exciting.
Well, Monster's been trying to, we've been trying to figure out a sort of a freestyle FMX angle for a while. We've been doing the whip contest that we've been putting on for the last, I think, 2-3 years. And then we had the best trick contest before that. And we just, Tim Reed from X Games, ESPN came to Monster Cup last year. Watched the whip contest. The whip contest went off last year. There's a huge crowd out there. We ran our format a little bit different than X Games. It's not a popularity contest. It's actually judged and legit. And they wanted to make the whip contest a qualifier. So we had that discussion, and we didn't know if we could because of Feld and ESPN and Fox and all the channels and all that. But it's pretty cool because Feld and Fox and ESPN, all the promoters came together to make this thing happen, and they're all working together. And that
is cool.
They all become friends.
Yeah. So it's pretty rad. So I mean, we know we're throwing this out in the parking lot. The race is inside the stadium, and it's just like I was telling Bilko, like there's not much left. It's such a sick sport, and there's not much.
I mean, like 2 years ago, there was four of the X Games all around the world, and at 3 of them, the freestyle got cancelled because of weather, and it kind of just. The next year, they just said, all right, we're not going to have it. And, for 1 year, it was completely gone.
And I got to give credit, but we're sitting in this meeting, and we have every year we have sort of with sports marketing and Monster, we have, we sort of sit around the round table and go, what can we do new at Monster Cup? And we had this qualifier idea for the whip contest. And Mitch Covington, VP of sports marketing, my boss, pretty much just said, we're not allowed to cuss, right?
What up, Mitch? No, there will be none of that.
What's up, Mitch?
Mitch wouldn't cuss anyways.
So is that why Twitch is ever on the show?
Yeah,
right. He just said, F it. Why don't we just throw a whole freestyle contest out in the parking lot? And
that's my man, Mitch.
Yeah. Mitch Covington said it.
F it, Mitch.
And then he hasn't really paid attention to it since then. But
he's like, now do it.
He's all do it. And then it's me, Aaron Casada, and Josh Hill, Cody Dresser. We've all been working together to just sort of day in and day out to make this thing happen. I didn't really know how much work goes into a freestyle contest with the live webcast and all the riders and all the logistics, but from the dirt to the
it's not just
heavy.
It's not just a freestyle contest.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be one of the best ones probably
X Games
ever. It's the
qualifier,
X Games
too.
qualifier. Potentially, you could rival X Games here with this qualifier. I mean, like Bilko said, all the guys are coming.
The quality of athletes is there.
The athletes, the money, the event, and we haven't got to the races yet, so there'll be a lot of fans there,
I
for the
just
races.
started looking at the start list and then kind of picture myself how far down I was going to finish up. So
I got the roster right here.
That's a great way to start the weekend.
Yeah.
So there's the whip. If you want to read them off, there's the whip, FMX, and quarter pipe. If you want to go through them.
All right, here's what you're
Come on, Dan.
Here's what you
Who are
guys
we
are
gonna
going to see at Best Whip, at the Dirt Shark Best Whip.
Jeremy
2016.
McGrath starting the lineup.
The legend, Bo Bamberg. This guy can absolutely
I'm a judge.
turn under it. So I'm excited to see Bo. Tyler Bierman, super style master. You see him a lot with our buddy Axel here. Harry Bank, a guy out of Australia who can definitely turn it upside down. Destin Cantrell. I've actually seen. I've known Destin a long time. He is amazing.
Love Destin.
And his whips are bigger now than they've ever been. And if you know Destin, that is actually hard to believe, like that he could get any bigger. But he is absolutely taking it to another level. excited to see how he does. The man, Brett Q, the legend. Of course, he's been all over the internet, huge social media following, and that's what he does. He throws whips all over the place.
Always shows up on cue.
Always shows up on cue. Chris Foster out of Canada, Monster Energy rider that is known for just destroying everybody with these videos of backflipping off of cliffs and
backcountry rider.
Backcountry, ridiculous
He's like the snowmobile backcountry
rider.
guy, but on
So
a
like a
dirt bike, he
snowboarder.
just
Yeah.
hits some
So
gnarly
much
stuff.
style, does the craziest things in the places you shouldn't do crazy things. Who's else
Places
on
that
this
are
list?
really far from hospitals.
Really far
Right?
from hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really far.
Taka Hagashino, the ninja from Japan, is in best whip. So
He asked me to get
how
him a
is
whip.
he? How is he at a whipper?
He has a big turn down.
He's got a big old turn down on him.
Here's
Yeah.
the deal. No matter what, Taka is one of the gnarliest riders on the planet. So
Hands
mad
down.
respect
Yeah.
to him.
And scared riders too.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest guys. I talked to him about having him on the show, and I was like,
Man, we got to get him on the show.
because he would just laugh the whole time.
right?
I don't know.
You
If
better
it
have
would
your
be
cussing beeper going.
Yeah.
He's
Those
just
are some of the
Twitch
only
taught
words
him
he
how
A
to
knows.
speak English.
part of a super panel maybe for
Hey,
Taka.
you'd have to make it like a Bruce Lee movie.
No, he thinks
That's exactly
you'd have
right.
to show Taka, and then you'd have to put the captions
Jackie
up. Yeah.
Chan.
No, he uses
Yeah.
cuss words as adjectives. That's what Twitch taught him. So he doesn't even know they're bad.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he has no idea. He doesn't even know what he's saying half time. No offense. Come on.
Wait,
he knows. what he's saying.
isn't he married? He's married, right?
Yep.
He's
He's
married.
Girl from
To-
France.
To a French girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do they communicate other than
I think it's better
They just
that
sort
they
of
don't.
vibe off each other. They just look at
They
each
just
other. And they're
vibe.
just vibing. No, but his wife's
Actions
cool.
speak louder than
Taka
words.
has to be one of the funniest, guys.
super nice
Seriously.
guy?
Happy
Super
is.
good and
Happy
Have
is.
you ever
happiest
seen
and-
Taka angry?
I have seen
Yeah.
Taka angry.
I
Big
have
fan
not.
of Taka.
I've never seen him without
Taka
a
is very
smile.
competitive.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen his tattoo that they made him get?
No.
What?
Controversy,
He has
yeah.
a huge.
Oh, he does.
When he first moved
Remember
in.
the controversy back in the day?
Same as the t-shirts Twitch had with the controversy logo across there.
In order to
When he
stay
first
there.
made X Games, he told his dad,
It was
"As soon as
like
I
the
make
Twitch
X
and
Games,
Scummy
I can
thing.
get a tattoo." And he got the controversy logo exactly the same as the t-shirt.
Right.
Doesn't even know what it means.
Unbelievable. All right, this next rider for best whip is I don't know what we're gonna see out of him. He's certainly capable of throwing some big stuff, and it of course is our boy Axel Hodges right here. Are you going in with the turn up plan, the turn down plan, the turn it around plan,
He couldn't turn
the
down a
upside
radio.
down plan? What do you think going into an event like this, knowing that there are tons of different types of whips? Do you try to just focus on the whip that you know that will stand out for you, or do you try to show your whole repertoire?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on my turn ups just because that's what got me second last year when I was doing that turn up whip, and just trying to perfect that. And then I don't know, I've just been trying to throw it up more upside down like Jared does, and just try to get that thing cranked over
Cranked
and
around.
backwards, and
Yeah.
just try to make that look big because that seems like the most legit
Well,
way to
Has-
whip
hey,
it.
I gotta
is
ask,
it judged?
Has PH
Judge,
been
yeah.
helping? Has any of PH riding tips helped, or does he just talk
Uh,
shit the whole time?
I don't know. I just always see him with a stove in his mouth by the van, like
That's
throwing
what
his
it
Waving
hands,
his
trying to
hands
tell me what to
around.
do, and I
Yeah.
just shake my
Is
head
he-
and go
That's
do my
pop.
Is he
stuff.
better
He's
at
usually
whip
like
tips
this.
or social media? Whip tips or social media? What's he better at?
Not changing tires.
Nah, he's pretty good at changing
Oh,
tires
yeah.
now. He pinches one every once in a while,
So-
but he sucks at social media.
So who is the
He
who are the
can't even
judges?
text, dude.
Hey, he won't even get an iPhone. We can't even use his
Ah,
videos.
Oh my
Hey.
gosh.
It's on the fender bench.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who are the judges?
MC.
I'm one of them.
McGrath
MC's
is the
in the
judge.
house.
Okay.
Yeah,
MC Seth Enslow.
Okay.
And then
John Basher. I want to say Mike Mason, Drake
Oh,
McElroy,
Mason and Drake. Okay.
Nice.
and then
That's cool. Love
Steve Aoki.
and then I'm missing one guy. I don't know what's funny.
Here's what I got to say about
Calvin
that.
Harris.
That group,
Yeah.
that group of guys right there. Every single one of them. If you throw a ridiculous upside down Supercross style whip, they're going to react
or a couple
to
hundred,
that.
right upstairs.
yeah,
Well, I think here's what
That's how I would read
here's
that-
what I
that
see
set of
when I'm
judges.
watching these guys ride the contest. They'll ride, they'll do like the normal moto whip, right? I mean, of course, it's cranked, it's upside
Yeah.
down, and all that. And then they get a little tired of that, and then they start going to the turn up whip, and then they start doing they start fooling around, and then they'll finally get back to the moto whip, and they kind of just contest kind of runs. It gives them plenty of time to ride, so. You definitely see a variation of everything,
That's what you
and
see.
plenty of it.
That's what you
MC
see, and
that's what
all
he
I
sees.
hear is
Yeah,
for
always
about 20 minutes
always on the
straight.
chip. Yeah.
Okay, let me finish down the list here. So we got B Hud, Bryce Hudson, great friend of the show, great friend of mine. He
Great
definitely
rider.
could throw some
Yeah.
huge huge whips, and especially if you crank the ramp back and step it up, he's just going to stand out even more the bigger it gets. Behind him, Jared McNeil. Of course, Jared is probably one of the guys that has to be one of the favorites going into this event. He's won a lot of best whip. He can turn it every which way but loose. I mean, he gets gnarly all the time.
A lot of head movement.
A lot of throw the head.
Yeah, that's the thing that Jared has. He's unbelievable. He can whip it like nobody's business. I mean, a couple of those videos, you see him you can see front plate from the back.
The thing is,
it's pretty incredible.
Does have a big whip. I will give it to him.
He overcooks it a little sometimes with the body movements.
But he's kind of starting to calm it down. But these judges aren't going to actually buy into that, I would think, as much because
but you know what? All the judges on the panel are dudes that look at style. They don't want to see. And
that's what
McNeil's been accused of like kookiness sometimes because of that. So if he can keep his body movements under control,
I think
like styly, then he's totally got a chance because he can whip the crap out of it.
It's a huge whip, but I feel like his head dips down lower because
he does a little bit of the.
Last time we edited the video,
bit of the torn terrace movement.
Yeah, our X Games video, the Dirt Track X Games video, we had one angle and they never film like this, but the best way to judge a whip is from behind because you can see how cracked they're getting, how big they're going. And, we sort of lined up, I think it was Axel, McNeil, and I want to say there's one. I said Parsons.
Yeah,
it was them three. And pretty much they're all at the same spot, but McNeil just cracks his head a little bit lower than everybody. Axel keeps it like level, and they're dipping their head, so it makes it look a lot bigger when their heads.
It's not really. I don't think it's really the low or high head. It's the quick the quick movement that kind of messes it up a a little bit. And Torn Terrace does the same sort of move.
But Torn Terrace can't do it like he used to. He used to actually do it. I mean, I'd never say he can't do something because he could pull out whatever
he cranks it big time. He had a big crash at X Games though. Was it last X Games? No, it was in LA. Wasn't Torn Terrace went down hard?
Straight out the side.
Yeah. Like he went down hard.
End of the rhythm section, just disappeared out the back.
Well, he also did one flip thing, and it didn't complete it. Came around and just buried himself.
I got a bunch of names to get through, so let me
let's get through that. Come on, let's
Steve
get to some
Minnie,
racing talk.
Australian guy who's known to do some big turn downs. Tom Parsons. He's also got to be one of the favorites coming in because he has a huge standard style whip, the kind that's going to really.
He's won the Dirt Track Biggest Whip the first year we did it,
and he has won this event
X
before.
Games gold medalist too.
Tell me about Josh Pinner.
Never heard of him.
He's on it. He's from Canada.
He's a Canadian.
He was in it 2 years ago. We had a spot open. We put him in. He had a pretty big whip that he submitted.
Okay. Todd Potter. At one point,
Potter's out.
You couldn't say best
Potter's out.
Potter's out.
Yeah, he's not even in this event, so we're going to give him a pass.
He pulled out of the whole deal.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Levi Sherwood, he's a very interesting whipper because he has this incredibly I don't know how to explain it. Very smooth style to everything that he does.
I'll just tell you now, he's bringing the heat, and he doesn't really have a stock KTM. He's basically a borderline engineer, and he's got a lot of titanium parts. He's dropped about 10 kilos. What's that in pounds? 25 pounds. He's dropped about 25
So as far as someone that can
out
probably
of his bike, and he will turn that thing inside
his
out like he does
whip
to a
is
sheet.
sick too. Have you seen his knapsack whip? He does it. He whips and then throws the knack behind him.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Really?
He does
Top side
upside knack.
Other side.
Other side. He whips it this way and kicks his leg that way.
So he goes left leg over and just.
Yeah,
and then halfway through it, he says, "It's showtime."
Yeah,
I expected him to say that, of course.
It shows Levi. He will probably turn that bike around really fast. That's what you'll get out of him. Really, really quick whips. Jeremy Stenberg, Edgar Taranteros, and Andre Villa. So Villa is coming to town to throw.
Villa has a big whip. The first year he did it, Villa can whip. He has a big Supercross whip. So
yeah, he's gonna be styling. He always sends it in Vegas.
He's styling,
and he's a legend on and off the track. So
I'm pumped out back. He's from Norway. He's been living staying over there. We haven't seen much of him lately.
Was he top 10 bachelor of the year in Norway?
In 2008, he was the sexiest man in Norway. On GQ. Right?
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah,
dude, he wins then. He wins already.
He already wins. Listen, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to tell you about who's in FMX, who's in quarter pipe, and we're going to get to some racing.
We're going to talk racing too. So this is our only break tonight.
Racing is boring. No.
Don't go nowhere. We will be right back.
The Action Sports Show Super Panel. Don't go away.
2 and 2.
It'll rot your brain, ruin your good name, take money for your shame, and we're all entertained. What can you do? One name you should know, the best place you can go, Toyota of Escondido.
It's true. The best new cars make the best used cars. And Toyota of Escondido is once again #1 in Toyota certified used cars and trucks. Feel confident driving with the peace of mind of a 160-point inspection and Carfax report.
Toyota of Escondido. Toyota of Escondido.
You also get a 12-month or 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty from certified purchase date, plus a 7-year or 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty from original date of sale when new. Please ask for complete warranty details.
Toyota of Escondido.
Toyota certified sales leader for San Diego County for 2014.
This is Shannon Campbell.
Hi, this is Walker Evans.
Big Daddy here. This is Jeremy McGrath.
Hello, this is Jay Leno.
This is Mario Andretti.
This is Carl Renzetter. This is Rick Dale with Rick's Restorations.
This is Paul Tracy.
Hey, this is Sonny Garcia.
This is Trigger Gum, Daredevil.
My name is Paul Thacker.
Robbie Gordon here.
This is Ryan Arciero of Arciero Miller Racing.
I'm Ryan Friedlinghouse, CEO of West Coast Customs.
This is Kerry Hart.
Hey, I'm Tanner Faust.
Travis Pastrana here from Nitro Circuit, and you're listening to the Action Sports Show.
You're on, guys.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Action Sports Show powered by Toyota Escondido Action Sports. Jim Holtis, Dan McGranahan, and Dan, super panel. Monster Energy Cup is what we're talking tonight. We've been freestyle all night long. We're about to go to the racetrack, I believe.
It's about time. Geez,
Right?
let's go to the racetrack.
Well, we were going to do some FMX, and we were going to do some quarter pipe. And
Let's
then
just
we're
lay it
going
on
to
the raw. We don't have
racetrack,
to introduce everybody. Let's just drop the list.
Okay, I'll just drop the list real quick.
Like it's
FMX,
hot.
Nate Adams, Wes Agee, Harry Bank, Adam Jones, Taka Hagashino, Jared McNeil, Clinton Moore, Anthony Murray, Todd Potter, who we know is out, David Ronaldo, Tom Robinson, Levi Sherwood, Jackson Strong, Javier Villegas, Blake Williams.
That's me.
That's FMX. That's going to be a stacked event. And then in quarter pipe, we got Wes Agee, Tyler Bierman, Chris Foster, Taka Hagashino, Axel Hodges, Brian McCarty, that's McNarls, by the way, Jared McNeil, Clinton Moore, Anthony Murray, Tom Parsons, Levi Sherwood, and Jackson Strong. That is a hitter list.
Way hitters, man.
Sounds like, I mean, honestly, sounds like X Games list, right? Except for you're missing.
There's more spots here.
Yeah, we got more spots.
No, that's true.
Yeah, you're missing. Yeah, but you're missing maybe what
Missing
Pages or
Josh
whatever.
Sheehan and Thomas Pages and Rob Elderberg. Sheeny had some shoulder surgery. Elderberg's been in Europe and he's already pre-qualified. So.
And then so is Pages too, right?
No, he's not pre-qualified, but I'm pretty sure if he rings up X Games and says I want to ride,
They'll say all right.
he's kind of got a spot.
Yeah. Since he does a trick that no one else does.
Yeah, he does about 7 tricks that no one does. He's a freak. So.
Okay, well there you go.
I would like to see him do the opposite flare off the oversized quarter pipe. Just boost that thing.
Problem is he like the thing lands, he goes up, stalls, and then comes straight down like a sack of potatoes. So on the high quarter pipe might be risky if you don't.
Yeah, he should just sack up and do it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does it fine in
It's
the foam
Vegas.
pit.
Roll the dice.
So you're throwing a Dutchie then, Velcro?
Yeah, I'll throw the Dutchie.
No, you won't.
Put a price on it. Where's my dealer?
$100,000, dude.
Let's talk some racing right here while these guys work out some numbers on what Bilko's worth. Go ahead and post on the Facebook what you guys think Bilko's worth.
Put a price on it, fans.
Yeah. And the winner gets what?
Oh, they get to spend a night with me in the casino.
They get subtitles.
They get to spend a night with me at the Spearman Rhino.
That could be
And his
expensive.
girlfriend. And your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And his hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, so
She
let's
loves the strippers.
talk racing. Let's talk racing because Bilko's like taking it a whole different direction right now.
Yeah. They're going left. We're going right.
Monster Cup is incredible as a race event because it takes the Supercross and motocross and combines it, because it's in Vegas, and because it gives space for super minis, and the way they break it down with the three
It's
heats
amateur
culminating
all-stars.
in one, the amateur all-stars, and the way that they get creative with the course, bringing it up into the stands, and it's They really
Big
take out
dollars,
all the
all that
stops.
stuff.
Oh, did I mention the $1 million?
Yeah.
Right.
I love how much of a spanner in the works the Joker Lane throws, because those guys do 16 Supercross races a year.
Right.
And there's no such thing about a Joker Lane. And for every year now, we've seen someone just completely forget about it.
Right.
Or take it on the first lap when you're not allowed and cost himself $1 million.
$1 million.
Was it Dungey the first year and Villapoto slapped him in the back of the head after the race and he didn't realize for about another 5 seconds that, oh, shit, I forgot to take the Joker Lane.
Yeah. I think, but Villapoto missed it once too, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the same year.
The same year?
The same year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And, you know, which is different with Supercross, you guys know there's no communications, right? Except for pit board.
Right.
So if you're in a heated battle, you're going to be looking at pit board. I mean, sometimes you don't even see it, right?
Yeah.
Which is different than auto, right? We have a spotter on the radio
someone
going,
yelling
hey,
in your ear.
dummy, take the lane or whatever. You know, in Supercross, it's not like that. So you get a heated battle. Sometimes you miss the pit board and
You're looking left, you're looking right, you're looking to go around the guy.
could
You're
cost
not
yourself $1 million on this one. We've seen it every year.
Man.
So what
Has
I'm
anybody won them? How many people have actually
Poto.
cleaned the $1
Only
million?
Villapoto won.
And it was only the first year.
Yep.
And then Monster have been stoked ever since.
Right. No, I actually hear there's some stories behind that whole situation. Well, maybe we'll get into it off air. But $1 million is a lot of money to hand over to a rider. Like, you guys were probably pumped. I mean, it launched this event into reality world. If he hadn't won that, like, maybe people wouldn't even think that it was possible, because you're going to Vegas and like they make you think like
The
you
worst
can win
thing
money,
is
but
they
you
give
really
it to
can't.
him. They give it to him in cash, and then they take it straight to the strip. And then by the end of the day, that million's gone.
I feel like
by
Villapoto
9
probably
a.m.
didn't
Sunday
do that.
morning, it's gone.
No, that's what freestylers do, Bucko.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I'd like to think the motocrossers and supercrossers are a little more responsible than that.
Yeah, if you gave me $1 million cash in the strip, I don't think I'd make it home until about
What's
Wednesday.
the biggest paycheck you've ever had from one single race?
I know, you know, before it was the Monster Cup
cash.
Before it
Melbourne
was
Supercross.
before it was the Monster Cup here. It was the U.S. Open, which was a big purse back then. I think it was $100,000 back then.
Yeah.
I never won it. So I mean, I've had I'd say one of my biggest paydays was just strictly purse money, not show up money. Purse money that I won was a Fukuoka Supercross race back in the
What'd
day.
you call me?
It was a Japan Supercross. I won.
Was Taka there?
I won the race. It was back when I was with Honda. I won the race, and it was like I think it was $80,000 or something like that. Or you could win. There was like a 911 turbo Porsche that you could take. So you could take cash or the Porsche.
Cash or credit.
I took the money.
Yeah, you're in Japan. What are you gonna do with the Porsche?
Yeah, and I was
Burnouts.
still so strict with myself at that time. I'm like, I don't need a Porsche. I need money. Just get the purse, win the race, get the purse.
What was the biggest show-up fee?
I had just over $100,000 before.
Nice.
Just to show up.
Yeah.
You gotta love those.
That was Melbourne.
Gotta love those
Melbourne
European
Supercross.
events.
That wasn't
back in the
Melbourne.
day, too.
No, that was Euro. That was some
That was
Geneva or
Phil
something.
Christensen's
French race.
promotions.
French race. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some decent ones from Phil.
Yeah,
He was
Phil-
always good to me. He took me over to Australia before I was, the Jeremy McGrath that everyone knows. I was in Australia in '90. Like that was before I was even on pro circuit bikes.
Yeah, I was
So-
watching.
So
You were like this high.
Yeah, I was.
So back in '98 MC, were you guys like balling as hard as like dudes like Roxon now and all that kind of
We're
stuff?
talking 98, 97.
Yeah, we're
we
talking
need
98,
we need Fro Daddy on the panel.
What are you talking about?
What?
Rocks and balling or something?
Yeah.
Really? What?
I saw an Instagram post about how he balls harder than everybody, and and how he's doing it hard. And
Yeah, I saw that Instagram. I actually responded to that one.
Yeah. What was your response?
My response was stay humble.
You spoke. You the champion, and you kicked in, and you actually talked to him.
Dude, look, I'm a fan of Roxon. I think he's a great rider. I think, but that was an unusual text. I follow him on Instagram, and that was unusual. So I was like, it didn't make sense to me. And someone that's got a lot of confidence and knows they can ride, to me, doesn't need to do that. So he came back and said later he was sorry and had a couple beers or something like that. But I was pretty blown away by it. But probably won't see that again.
Is he going to be at Monster Cup?
He is. That's exciting, right?
Is Dungey going to be at Monster Cup?
Is
Cooper going to be at Monster Cup?
Cooper's not. Cooper's out.
Yeah, Cooper's out. He had a little injury.
I'm bummed because I really
small
wanted
one,
to see
but he's all right.
Cooper. I really wanted to see Tim.
Does that mean he's still going back to Oz X Open?
Yeah, he's going to that.
He's going that.
That's going to be his big debut.
Cooper?
450.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
who
well,
are
of
we
course
looking
he's getting
at?
show up money. Of course he's going to that, dude.
MC, what
Well,
about
Stewart wouldn't show up. Come on.
We don't. No one knows why Stewart does what he does, right?
Is he racing it?
No,
I don't
know.
think he's
I
going to
don't
get
think
an
so.
invite back after last
what
year.
about Roxon on the Honda MC? Well, that's pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think I mean I'm optimistic we're gonna have an awesome race. Obviously, Dungey's back, right? He just won that big race in Germany. Took the overall there. He didn't
But
win.
he wasn't the fastest
He
guy
didn't win
there.
a moto, but anyone who saw the race on TV, we watched it the other day at Monster.
Yep.
The track was awesome track, huge, big floor, but kind of like a sand race. And
Hurlings did good then?
Hurlings won a moto. Geyser won a moto, and so did Favre or whatever, the Yamaha rider, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But Dungey went 2-3-2, and those guys had like a
Mr.
win,
Consistent.
and he won the money. Was it $100,000 to win, or what? What did he win?
That
was big purse. So Dungey's feeling some confidence after having a break for a while. So it'll be good to see him. And of course, I think everyone's excited to see Roxon on his new bike.
Tomac,
I'm excited about because
he's coming off 2 big wins, right?
yeah, and this, I mean, he killed in the USGP race or the GP races that were over here. So, and then I think this year is going to be a little different story for him. Last year he came into the series just coming off 2 big shoulder injuries.
New bike,
New bike, new team. Didn't have a lot of time to set up. So, I'm optimistic about watching
Anderson
him.
came out swinging last year too.
Yeah.
So
He's out though.
Is he out? I was just gonna say, how's he doing?
I heard it's a rumor. I don't listen to me. I hear all
It's
BS
funny because
knobs, all
Anderson's always strong, really strong at the Monster Cup. He's always
Monster Cup's an interesting race where
He
typically you're
he would have won it last year if he didn't mess up the Joker.
Right.
yeah. Is that
Another Joker.
Yeah.
your non-typical guys often will do really well there. So like if you had a dark horse to pick of who's in there, who's your
Didn't
dark
Davey
horse?
win it a couple years ago?
He did. He won it on a Cowie.
Brian Deegan.
That is a dark horse. man.
Deegan will be announcing the FMX High Rollers contest though.
Nice, very nice.
So, about to
The
mention
general.
that.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
he'll be announcing that. though.
He'll have some fun with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, but in the race,
It's hard to say right now. I mean, right now, if Anderson's out and Cooper Webb's out and Geyser's out, those are, and I
That
mean,
was going to be exciting. with
that
those
was
three
going to
on
be
the
like we're all going to have a.
I don't
awesome
know if
time.
Anderson's out, so don't quote me on that.
Okay,
line.
so
Dirt Shark
yeah.
said it, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
don't blame it on me.
Cooper Webb's out though.
Cooper Webb is out for sure.
Yeah.
Chad said he's feeling good. I saw an interview with him
Watch out for Reedy, man.
online, and
I got my
think,
money on the 2-2.
Yeah, I think he's hopefully he's feeling good.
oi, oi, oi.
Kennard's always
Kennard?
historically done well.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gonna be
Kennard.
interesting.
He
on the
nearly, took,
KTM.
he nearly
Yeah.
took it away the other year until he crashed behind
Yeah.
Millsaps, right?
Yep.
Just threw a middle.
Is
Yeah.
Dino racing?
Not to my
Is
knowledge.
Dino override?
I don't
think
know.
that's getting,
What's he
I think
riding?
That's getting worked out. He's gonna have a ride.
He's
but
got
I
a
think it's just
Toyota
getting worked out.
Escondido. I know that.
Can you race
Yeah.
4 wheels there? Is he going to race the Tundra?
Well, his Tundra's lowered, so I don't know if that'll work out too.
26s won't get through the
Okay,
woods.
so we're not sure who the dark horses are, but we know probably from what I've heard, the leading guys we're looking at Kennard and we're looking at Roxon, we're looking at Dungey to definitely be battling it out. Tomac to be in the mix.
Muscan?
Muscan will be strong.
Or Muscan.
Agreed.
How do you guys say? I say it's Muscan, but
I say
Americans
I
say-
say Muskin, but I'm like a skater throwback guy. So
So nobody knows for sure on James. Yes, no, maybe, nothing, huh?
he'll be there.
Malcolm's gone.
Gone.
Malcolm
will be there?
on a
Yeah,
450.
that's what I heard.
On a what? A Geico Honda?
On a 450.
I don't. Yeah, that's why I talked to him. He doesn't have enough.
So
Geico
back
was
to
what
what
I
you were
heard,
saying.
yeah.
Where's Dino gonna go? Come on, nobody knows. Give us the
Yeah, I mean,
lowdown.
I
What's
don't.
up?
I don't know. I hope to see him on a shiny motorcycle. Probably not.
He's tippy
Probably not.
He's tippy
Probably not an Austrian manufacturer. Probably a Japanese manufacturer. But
Okay, what
who
color
knows?
then?
Who knows?
If it's just rumors, just tell us.
You rumored the yellow bike before.
Yeah,
Is that what we're still?
I mean, I've always felt like he would do good on the yellow bike, but we were talking about JGR potentially going yellow. We were all over the place, but
So that's another weird thing, right? We heard JGR might have a yellow too,
right?
And blue though.
Yellow and blue.
That's a rumor I heard.
Stuart's coming
I
back
don't even
on
know
a
what to do with that.
combat wombat. That's his plan.
So what about the super
Might be
mini
all
kids?
that's left.
What about the lights kids
Indian.
and the super mini kids?
Full
Who's
taco.
because your boy
Cade.
Faulkner
Faulkner.
really owns that place so far, right? Like
But
Vegas?
Vegas Monster Cup.
There's no lights at Monster Cup. It's just the amateur all stars, Super Mini class, and then
the Pro class.
So he's got to ride the 250 in the Pro class.
But he's not riding it. He's not riding.
But he's not riding it. Okay.
So if you're a lights guy, you ride in the same class. You're just on a light.
I mean, you can ride on a lights bike, but
or you move up to the big bike. But
CR500.
Take your skirt off and throw the leg over the
good luck with that
450.
one. Yeah.
So what about the Super Mini boys? Who's anybody stand out to you?
Axel.
I've seen videos of Max Miller. He looks pretty good. He's going through the whoops. He's blitzing the whoops already, like better than I can. So
wow.
So he's looking fast. I think there's Styles Robertson. He's always good there. He went down and hit the truck last year, and then
that was him up in the big bank corn that fell on. Yeah, Styles. Was that Styles? Yeah.
Yeah, dented Hombre's truck that he
won
on the shot. Yeah. And then there's a little kid niffing. I'm not too sure how he's gonna do. He's team. Yes, he can throw some big whips, but see if he can hold it down for a solid moto. And then Carson Mumford, he's got the Geico ride for the Super Mini class, so he ought to do pretty good on that bike. So
indeed.
And he's riding a 150.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. What about
factory rides on 150s?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's yeah. It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm sure that 150 that he's riding, I mean, those things aren't cheap. We all know what 4-strokes cost to build up. I mean, that thing's probably a $50,000 150.
Full factory.
Yeah.
He better do
Where
good
were
on
they
it.
when I was 12? I would have made it way further in racing.
My 80 was $1,400.
I had a stock steel pipe that was polished with a wire brush.
What about the amateur all-star class? Who do we got going there?
Is Covington coming to race?
No.
Okay.
No. Covington's strictly MXGP.
Yep.
His dad will be there, and he's going to send it on the strip.
Hey, is Kobush racing?
Yeah, I think Lance Kobush.
Kobush racing the Super Mini class, or is he racing the amateur all stars? He moved up.
Yeah.
So him and Marchbanks are the Team Green guys.
Okay.
For sure. So and Marchbanks, I know, has been riding strong. He's fast, real fast. So he'd be one to look out for. I don't know who else is in there. Probably some other KTM kids. Yeah.
Sean Cantrell, Mitchell Falk.
Yeah.
And I'm not too sure who else is running. I haven't really looked at the amateur all-star class.
Cool.
Should be on the Monster Energy Cup site. So I've been putting everything into this FMX high rollers.
Focusing on what matters,
Too bad we don't have Hill here. Hill could have laid it down.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
we are excited about the FMX high rollers, so I'm down to spend some more time in that lane. Anyways,
you cool with that, MC? Want to race talk?
I'm cool.
Jeremy spawned freestyle motocross largely, so
I like dirt bikes. I don't care what we're talking about. It's all good.
I watched the Unchained documentary the other day that Monster did on the beginning of FMX, and it talks about those early years where you and it talks a lot about Seth and what you guys were doing and just out free riding and how that movement spawned this whole thing. And there's actually, I think, a premiere out in
Las Vegas on the Friday. Yeah,
Caesar's Palace.
At Caesar's
Thursday
Palace. Night. Yeah, make sure to go check that out if you guys are in Vegas. I'm sure you can get more info on Monster Energy.
It's got a bunch of cool interviews and kind of how we all saw it as it was going down back then.
Talk.
Yes.
Real talk. Real talk. Hey, real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah. Some of the stuff's left out of there.
No subtitles.
Not all the talk.
Yeah, not all the talk, but most of it.
MC, how'd you start doing the knack? Like, how did that even start?
Foot slipped off the peg in the mud.
Oh, I did plenty of those, but that was before it had a name. That was just a tank, was a big swapper.
Who named it?
It was already named. It was a BMX trick.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, Eric Carter is a buddy of mine, BMX racer, legend guy, mountain bike legend, BMX legend, just all around BMX bicycle legend. He rode motocross with me, Supercross, and so I rode BMX with him. He rode dirt bikes with me, and then one day at my home track, we just started trying to figure out how to make a knack out of a dirt bike jump, and it was in the beginning it was really awkward, right? Because there was no whip to the bike, no using the steering lock to do it. It was just kind of like
stepping off the side,
just leaning and getting, because the gyro of the bike was if you just straight take your foot off the side, it won't tip over
the other side.
So you had to like tip it and then just kind of your body stayed really straight. And obviously nowadays it's so different, but that's kind of just sort of messing with it.
There wasn't much scrubbing back in your guys' day, no?
Only in the
I mean, if you go back and watch races in the 90s of me when I first started coming up, you would say that my jumping was like scrubbing compared to what was going on right before me.
Soak it with the elbows.
Yeah, I was
and
just
knees.
soaking it. I was
soaking
doing more
it.
like BMX style.
Yeah, we just
and not the turn down scrub. Yeah, so it was my style was quite a bit different. So it was implementing some of the trying to stay low, where the other guys before me, they were like just using everything they could use, and they just go super super high, and
Front and high too.
Yeah, all of it. Just so it was sort of like a new version of jumping. Really, I don't know if you call it a scrub, but whatever. It was like staying low.
Did you think they'd be doing the stunts they're doing now? Double
Absolutely
backflips,
not.
Triple backflips. Like what do you think about those stunts?
It's incredible. I mean, even what these guys do, just the regular freestyle riding, which is regular. We call it regular now. I call it regular, but regular meaning backflips and variation backflip tricks and stuff like that. It's back in the day, it was like there's no way that would ever be done. And then of course with Travis, all the things that he did in the beginning.
Travis.
Yeah, Travis, he raised the bar for these guys. Yeah, and now he's sitting back
race for like 11 months and rock up for a month before X Games, and then just elevate the game again, and then go, all right, I'll see. I'll just won. I'll leave you guys with it. You can catch up for another year.
Yeah. Travis is just an incredible athlete, obviously. But yeah, I mean, even when Travis did that double backflip, I remember watching that at X Games. I think I was competing in Step Up that year. And we were all hovered around the TV just going, whoa, no way. And he's all beefed up in that chest protector, underneath.
The dumbass,
like
denim
jean
lumberjack,
looking.
the lumberjack.
He had the red and black checkered
flannel
shirt. With the jean looking pants. And it was pretty
Him
comical.
and Scott
But
Murray were going for best kid.
oh my God. Right. Scott Murray was like Happy Gilmore, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Scott is a good dude. But
From when Trav did the double backflip to what's going on now, it's just the elevation game is crazy.
You say that, but and it absolutely is. But it really just in this last year has really kicked into overdrive. With the front flip showing up and the front flip variations showing up, and then the the
backflips are for 10-year-olds now,
and
man.
The breakaway ramp.
Yeah. Okay. So in the beginning, is Jackson Strong the one that was really like the first one to really
He was the
start?
first one to land a front flip at X Games.
Yeah.
I guess some guys had done it in the Mulch or different ramp setups, but
yeah,
many guys had tried at X Games. Jim DeChamp, Paris Rosen both tried at X Games and did not even get close. And then all of a sudden, Jacko showed up out of nowhere. I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
And no one really knew what he was going to do. Dropped in, bang, stomped the first ever front flip off 75 foot, won a gold medal.
Why are you Australians so crazy?
Yeah.
So mental?
I guess.
What they explain it to us.
Basically, growing up, and you
Just
see all these
Krusty
guys.
Deans of dirt.
We used to watch Krusty on repeat for day after day.
Jacko's like just gone though.
We all
like
thought that
one
if
of the
we want
most
to,
like nuts dudes I've ever like. He's completely nuts. Does not care and will hit anything.
we want to get to that level, and we figure you got to go to America to compete, and you've only got one shot at it. So if you go there,
better go big.
you better not mess around. You're going there, you're going big, and if not, you're going home in a box or you're going home with a medal. And Jacko's still got that mentality now. I think he's 24 maybe. I'm 31. I'm old. That mentality's out the window. I like going home.
Well, you want to
land.
Moore,
Clint Moore, Sheeny,
Bing.
Jacko, Sinclair was like it too.
Yeah.
Like the dude spent a week in a coma and then 11 months later come back and did the same trick that nearly killed him, won a gold medal. So
and the new crew like the Bank and
this year at X Games, I think Pages was the only guy in freestyle that got a medal, and Axel in all the freestyle events that weren't Australian.
Edgar got one.
And Edgar.
Yeah.
So in freestyle and best trick and quarter pipe, there was one non-American on the podium.
But here's the deal: all the new guys you're titled, like Bink and these guys, the Nitro Tour.
Yeah.
Pat
is
Bowden.
Thanks Travis again.
Yeah, thanks.
Is
Travis.
creating a whole bunch of new
Yeah.
tricks, like you said, with the breakaway ramp, which is, I mean, those guys. If you guys didn't watch Nitro's games, I mean, it's nuts. Like they just flick themselves forward and that ramp.
KOD front flip.
Nitro,
it's incredible.
Nitro's definitely all about progression, and I think they've elevated the sport. And just the Nitro games alone, I was there, and they did have no dirt jumps.
Yeah.
But just like to have a freestyle event with that many big stunts, with that many guys, and nobody get hurt is just insane.
That was mind blowing. I think
So-
the
Yeah.
best thing was especially with best trick, because I know I've done best trick before and I've learned a trick in the foam pit, rocked up to Staples Center, you haven't jumped the ramp for 3 days, and then it's like tap your front fender, like it's go time for TV. Huck that trick.
You don't want to pull those up. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't want to pull out and do that. But you get to
All right,
World
we're
Games.
fighting after this.
We get to World Games, and
You don't want to win 3 X Games gold medals in a row. You don't want to be the only guy to beat Travis at X Games in best trick. I'm just giving you a hard time. Come on, it's all good.
So yeah, they haven't.
You shouldn't be able to win 2 golds on the same trick.
Wasn't the same trick. Oh.
Yeah, it's just off a shorter ramp.
Oh,
so
this
that
is
makes
a big.
it
This is a
different.
good
You
debate.
should be able to win.
This
You
is
should
awesome.
be able to win by 360s every
Don't
round.
get me
around that.
started. So there, they have Salt
We've
Lake
actually
City.
already hashed this out. We're good.
I didn't hash it out.
Okay,
I've
good.
still got a silver medal at home that I don't like. But yeah, so Salt Lake City, obviously high elevation, and they set the airbag landing up for best trick. So everybody got to come in, practice their double flips. Like Harry Bink went for a double, went to bail. His foot was hooked in, so he jumped off, but he couldn't get away from the bike, landed upside down on the landing in the airbag, gets up fine, and he can practice the next day. And you get to put down your best trick in an airbag before the contest. So when the bag's gone, it's gnarly, but at least you've jumped in the same setting the day before.
And then Sheehan, I mean, he crashed on the double backflip. What is that, KOD? What
Yeah,
is that
it's
does?
like
he during the contest on the real landing, crashed on his ass, got back up, and did it again.
To me, that should have won. I see it like the front flip kicker ramp. That guy did a double front flip. That's no worries. That's just hit the ramp, send it, and see it spins twice. Where Sheehan obviously crashed on the first one. He was doing a double backflip Superman. He over rotated, so he had to mentally go back, sit there, and think, all right, I'm spinning twice. I need to do a bigger Superman, hang off the bike longer.
Slow it down.
So I slow the first flip down, so when I get back on, I don't over rotate a double backflip. Like
Right.
the thing that was going through his mind then when he rode back and he corrected it, he did a bigger Superman, slowed the first flip, got back on, did another flip, and landed perfectly. To me, that takes way more technicality than it does just hitting that kicker ramp and flipping twice.
With a handlebar mustache.
Yeah, with a dirty big old dick duster.
some would say that, of course, but the front flips are blind.
Yeah.
So either way, both of them are gnarly.
When you're Superman off the bars,
You're blind anyway,
in double
right?
flip, you're not seeing anything, and you get back on, you have to tuck for another one, and at that speed of rotation, you don't spot the landing on a backflip or a front.
It's all just timing.
Which we will have no front flip, I guess, cheetah ramps at this FMX roller.
And that's where
probably
Jacko
will have a front flip.
Jacko will be
Jacko
throwing
will,
a front flip in his run, and I think he's talking about something special off the quarter pipe too. Same as X Games. I think he's going to sort his suspension out from what he had at X Games, so he doesn't.
Oh, on the smaller quarter pipe,
Yeah,
so he doesn't just land.
Yeah,
just
he doesn't
blow
put the
apart.
crossbar through his chin again.
Yeah, that was gnarly. Yeah.
What did you do at Nitro Games? You competed yet? Or
Yeah,
you just
I was in freestyle qualifying and I didn't quite make the cut.
Did you jump to the foam, the bag lander at all?
No, I didn't do
No
that,
reason.
mate. Yeah, that's for pussies. No, I just stepped up and did my normal run, but it wasn't enough to get me into the top 8.
You
so-
won for best hump trick.
Yeah, I got the most humps
You
in
do
one
have
jump.
that. Yeah.
The old cliff humper did me strong.
Cliff humper. Did you enjoy watching it?
Yeah, it was good. Hey, I was actually glad I got to watch because it was like X Games are spread out over 4 or 5 days, and
This thing's
you just back and forward, and the security at Staples Center were the worst.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Austin was not much better. Everything was so spread
Right.
out.
And this place was one day big.
Just walk from one end of the venue back and just watch the whole thing
they,
within 3 hours.
They definitely pulled it. It went quick and it just went back. But I
Nice.
feel like
That was good.
I feel like the show was quick, but the preparation was long, and that's why it's successful. I mean, they gave them 3 days to practice everything.
Yep.
Everything was set the bags first, and all the ramps landings are engineered.
The
to put
BMXers
bags
got
on
to start
them.
on resi, and then sure enough, contest time come, pull it out. It was still a bit of a resi, and the core BMX fans are like, "Oh, you did that to a resi," but these dudes don't want to get broke off in the first round. You got 5 jumps to go. You don't want to say, "Oh, you didn't land it because it was resi." You like give that guy another shot to do something gnarly.
Do you think the Razor guy won the BMX contest because it was resi?
Nah, I think
Okay.
he would have done it on any round.
That guy's pretty special guy. He's
won-
Australian too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an Aussie.
He won both.
He's not-
What didn't he?
Nah, he got smoked in the scooter comp.
He did.
He's a pro scooter
He won
rider.
BMX and moto.
He won BMX and he got smoked on the scooter.
By who? But he won moto, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
No. We're talking about the scoot, like
Oh, Willie. Oh,
Not
okay.
scooter moped. We're talking scooter.
Yeah, the little
race.
razor scooter
Yeah,
thing.
no, he did the BMX and completely just like
dominated.
Did this like video game trick where it just front flipped and he
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
That
It was
was
gnarly.
like I can't.
I've
Are they gonna
heard-
do that on a dirt bike, Boca?
I got it covered.
Okay.
Maybe this weekend. It's high rollers.
I've heard that his air awareness is supernatural. Basically,
Yeah, he's like a
cat.
Yeah, like I don't know, a gymnast. What do you call it? A acrobat.
Yeah,
like
there you
his sense of where he's in the air. It's a 1080 front flip on a BMX. Like
that's
unbelievable. Tell how we were talking about Josh Sheehan a little bit, and when I think of that dude, he's so like tough,
muscly.
Like he's like the biggest, gnarliest, toughest freestyle guy you may ever meet.
He's
right?
pretty buff.
Like, how does a big lumberjack dude like that?
He's not so much big, buff, like meathead kind of can't swing his arms around. He's just toned and trim. Like, yeah, he's got
Strong.
a good physique.
Just strong.
I'd give it to him.
We weren't going for that.
Yeah, right. I'm just trying to put it out there for the fans, trying to picture
shock
it now.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goko's
Now we know why she had pulled out.
always got.
Oh
my gosh! Oh my gosh!
He's the human washboard. He's
I
ripped.
want to hear some more from Axel. So we're excited to have you on the show. And what's your expectations for yourself going into this event? Are you the guy? Should you be winning this thing? Where are you?
I'll be disappointed if he doesn't.
I mean, last 2 whip competitions I've done, I've gotten second to McNeil. So
First
I think I
loser.
should be the guy that should take the win. And I've been throwing some whips, trying to get them bigger and bigger every day. So going in, I feel ready. I think I could take the cake. And then in the quarter pipe too, I feel like I haven't seen anyone else really hitting it. And I've been out there the last 3 days just training that thing over and over again just to see how high I can get off that thing. So I've been putting in the time, and I think I should be up there for the top spot.
And when you get around those dudes and everybody else is starting to hit it,
Exactly.
go big,
That's
it's just
what I
going
was
to
gonna say.
elevate.
Yeah.
He hasn't hit it with like anybody else, and like it's like we go out to the dunes, MC, like when they go out to the dunes, like when someone starts
Right.
hitting a jump, they start feeding off each other, and he hasn't been able to feed off anybody else. So I feel like once, and that goes for everybody.
Right.
So it's like once I think all these competitors get out there for the quarter pipe,
That
they'll
always
start
happens.
hitting it. They'll
Yeah.
start sending.
Eye of the
it,
tiger will
and it
come in and just
you just start. It's like the whip contest. Everybody start one up at each other. So it's gonna be gnarly. I think I'm the most pumped for the quarter pipe contest.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'm pretty excited about it too. I do want to get into some Doonies though, because you guys dropped a new one recently, and I think you got another one in the works here. So catch us up on Doonies.
Yeah.
How is it doing? How are people responding to it? You seem to be rocking with it.
Well, the first one was an accident. So it wasn't really, but we just sort of I've been talking to McGrath about this forever, and my other brother Austin, they went out to it was in November, I think, of the first year we did it, 2014.
Okay.
And they went November. They went out to Pismo Beach, and they started getting him, Hill, and Axel, and Hill and Axel started just like hucking on Pismo Beach dunes. And then I watched it on Instagram,
Which are totally different dunes because of the texture of the
Yeah,
sand,
but
and
Pismo-
the moisture.
Yeah, Pismo's sick though. I mean,
Yeah.
I went out there this year, and I saw him, and I'm just like, and I thought I'm all, and I thought of the MC days, I'm all. When's the last time someone threw a real legit sick dune video?
Right.
And nobody's done it in forever. And I called up MC, and MC's like, yeah, I gave him some dates, and MC, I think I called you first. I think I called McGrath first. He's like, I'm down, because he used to ride dunes, and then I went to the Baja 1000 like a week after that. I mean, this is in November. We filmed Doonies December 1st, the first one. And I went out to the Baja 1000. I talked to BJ Baldwin,
BJ,
and
Leduc.
Pudia, all those guys. Leduc I didn't talk to. They brought him out. He showed up the second day, and that was just a gift. So we got,
And Pudia was probably way down.
yeah, Pudia. So I mean, we just sort of threw this thing together in the first Doonies, and we brought a couple chicks out. Dahlgren came, a couple girls, and we just had this small camp. And honestly, we filmed the whole thing one day. The first one. I mean, we all got there and we filmed one day, and maybe everybody. I think by the second
One
day
day,
was
one
a little
night.
hurting. And
From
we
the
didn't know-
party.
Yeah. From that, we put it together, and the first one sort of just came about right, and then the second one, the pressure was on. We assembled a bigger crew, got a couple more riders, and our whole goal in that second one was to get all our monster guys that go the biggest. We got snowmobilers, we had I think a couple more trucks out there, a couple more moto dudes. We had the Harleys come out, and the whole premise of that thing is just to get the Monster Energy has pretty much the baddest athletes, the baddest vehicles, the dudes that go the biggest, and it's to show what these guys can actually do out in the dunes. And And it just sort of it took off, and I think the last one hit like 10 million views a couple weeks ago, and that was my goal in 1 year. So I mean, the goal was 10 million, and we got it in under a year, and I'm pretty stoked on that. And now it's now I'm nervous because it's
now you got to one up it.
Well, I don't know.
Now we're gonna have another one.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have another one. We got a couple surprises. We got a couple ideas. We got to dial in the storyline a little bit more. And
are you guys like jumping the
the
canal and all that jazz like from back in the day? Or you're not allowed to do it anymore?
BLM, like we got.
Could you do it anyways?
You could. You just get a ticket, I'm sure.
And then the BLM would like pull our video.
Oh, that's where the issue is.
Yeah, because
they got permits.
Who cares about the fine?
Yeah, exactly. We have to go. We have to go through the BLM to get like the heli permits, all that stuff. But the thing that people don't know about the Doonies is that as much as this thing's a video, it's it's a film trip, but we get all these different athletes from different disciplines. They come together, and you can call it a party, you call it an outing, you call it whatever, but just the camp life and the vibe and bringing all these people together, like it's a monster crew, and it's being out there.
What I love a lot about it is not only the riding, getting to watch these guys bomb huge jumps, stuff that I'm way too nervous to do these days. But, it's the who's who of the baddest monster athletes that are
it's
around.
Almost like an athlete summit.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, even like we had I mean, if we're not watching them, we're out watching BJ jump his truck, or we're out watching these guys, or the riding the Harley boys. Is
Kyle going
riding
big?
those. Kyle jumped a huge jump out there. We were all like really, really nervous for him, and then Rodrigo stepped it up and went right behind him, cased it once, bounced over. But everything's just nailed down perfectly. It's a perfect camp. Everyone gets a nice week, a nice couple days to bond. A lot of times with companies, even all of us athletes, we don't get to hang out with the other monster athletes much. So it's a great bonding experience for all of us. And of course, there's a great fun nightlife that goes to it. And I mean, the fireworks show at the end of the show we had last year was rivaling like stuff they do on July 4th. So anyways,
there's night rides.
Yeah.
And then I'm stressed because I'm directing the deal.
Right.
And then I got my little brother going 5th gear. And then like I got, I got monsters yelling at me, when are we going to film? There's a lot of people out there, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it. And, I wouldn't take anything back, and just being out in Glamis for 3-4 days with the baddest athletes and these vehicles. I mean, very fortunate that, that Monster backs us and lets us do it. And, it's something that I think all the athletes will never.
It's a lifestyle video. I mean, it's a lifestyle film trip with the baddest athletes, of course, all the Monster guys, and most stuff we don't get to do. So we're all pumped to do it.
Have you taken a monster truck out there yet?
We've talked about it. That might be one of the things that
might be one of the surprises there, Dan.
But I mean, back to the trucks, the dirt bikes. It's just like, we were talking about that Leduc jump where he aired the dune to dune. I mean, like Hill was hitting it first, and he was following Hill off it. So it's like you got the dirt bike guys working with the 4-wheel guys, and it's crazy how it all comes together. And it's not like it's all run and gun. It's not like, hey, we're gonna film at this jump and go to this jump and go to this jump. It's just a complete crazy.
It's got to be a nightmare for him.
Axel will be going like 5th gear over here, and then you'll see Leduc over there sending it twice as big, and I'm all, where are we going with the heli? Where are we going? It's just like everybody.
Get a camera on that.
Hey, that's when the heli goes, hey, I need to go back and refuel, and you're like,
yeah. And then it's just like, you got, and it's not like these guys are going big for the camera. They're just going big because they're having a riot.
So they're just out there riding. It's not all like directed.
Yeah, it's like trying to tell Axel, like, hey, hold off on that jump. He's all pumped. He's ready to rip. You can't tell him to hold off. You can't tell him. You can't tell Kyle. Kyle's like, I'm so nervous. I want to do the jump now. I got to get it out of the way. I don't care if the camera's here or not. And, Ash needs about 10 of himself out there.
Well, I mean, we get it all done. I'm pretty, managing the moto team and everything. I've known the athletes for a long time. And everybody sort of that works, I think, with me know how we run it's very loose.
Yeah, it's loose. You got some great guys to help you with it too.
But I think, on that end, like if you get these kind of athletes with these guys that do this stuff for a living, and you get a Hollywood production company out there that's trying to stop, wait right there, waiting for the lights to go down. This has nothing to do with lighting or cinematography.
Yeah.
This is just all about getting the baddest dudes and going the biggest and showing what we're all about.
But it looks super rad.
Yeah. So I mean, we film it from day to night, and And yeah, like I said,
if you don't have more than a couple dudes out there, like there's a bunch of bike guys out there, right? I mean, they're all one-upping each other and finding these big jumps.
need to feed off each
If you just
other.
went with a couple of us, it'd be like, we don't need to hit that. We're cool. But when you get these guys all riding together, and then it creates something that's magical, really.
Someone hits it, come back. What gear was that? All right, I'm gonna hit it, and then just one after another, and people just start lining up.
And then the hardest part is trying to film it to make it look as big as it really is,
Right.
Because
it doesn't do it justice.
It does not do it justice at all. When you're out there, it's like that. I mean, even that hill jump looked huge on TV, but that thing out there was it was stupid.
Well, I was going to talk about that.
Crazy.
You got a guy now who works inside Monster, who is going bigger than all the athletes that he pays to be athletes.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
He's trying to. He just wants to show up Axel. That's what he's pushing harder.
I would say bigger. I think he got kind of lucky. I wadded right before that shot.
Right before that, you guys saw the video Axel did. I mean, no. I mean, he'll
send it.
Lays
He's
it down.
No doubt.
And
No doubt. That's what.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he's like just a Monster employee, really.
Yeah, remember though, he's young enough where he could still be racing.
And he's one of the guys who could have been one of the top racers, right?
He was a top racer.
Well, what I meant by that
was
he had a bad injury that took his career into a different trajectory.
He did, but right before that, he was on his way.
He was the youngest
top racer.
450 racer to ever win a Supercross, man.
Yeah, Minneapolis, 16 or 17.
Really?
Pretty amazing, yeah. He's still young,
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, until you get to be about 35, 34, 31. Well, I'm talking. I never flipped, so might have been 31 if I was flipping.
He's very competitive.
But yeah, Hill's
very competitive.
Hill's awesome. And, I mean, when you get, start getting 35 plus, when you have kids, you have a lot more things to think about. So, you got a while yet. You're good. You can just keep sending it.
Yeah, he's definitely a good guy to ride with because he pushes me to do a lot of bigger jumps that I probably wouldn't have hit when I'm with him. I want to one up him and be top.
And he's smooth. He gets it dialed. So like if he does something, you can watch him and go, all right, I'm gonna do it this way. And so
he'll do it the Seth way.
Hill's pretty smart when he's out there. He knows what's
in the surf world. It's not uncommon to have like really, talented team managers that are like almost pro level. But in the moto world, like you have guys like Ash who are gonna say, hey, you want to hit that? Let's hit it. But he's not going to probably go hit it for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, just follow me off.
He hit it on the quad. He hit it on the quad.
What I mean?
Well, Hill's not doing it for the other riders. Hill's trying to get the shot.
You're right. He probably still falls in and out of I'm the athlete.
Let's clarify that right now.
He definitely does. He falls in and out of being a rider and being an athlete, athlete manager.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know what? Hey, more power to him. He's still hucking it. It's awesome.
No, all kinds of respect, actually. Absolutely. He even just went overseas and did really well at
I saw that. He did
race.
Fourth.
So yeah, Hill's still charging. And, he's been pretty helpful on this whole contest as far as getting the riders together. And he was pretty instrumental in designing the course.
Hey, Ash,
oh, really?
I got to ask you, if that was Dooney's 2, when's Mermaid Beach 2 coming out?
I don't know if a lot of people know about Mermaid Beach. That was what that put us on the map. I don't know, Buck. I'm going back to Australia for the Oz
X Open.
Oz X Open.
You going to that?
No, I should be there. Home country.
Are you not going? Or are you?
Maybe.
Am I going to that?
What?
Talk to Hill.
Hey, it is coming. It is coming into summer over there right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just starting to warm up.
Beach weather.
I love Australia.
Man,
when is it?
But Dooney's pretty much back to Dooney's, and that we gotta go. We gotta up the game. That's how we're gonna do it.
When do you
figure that out?
Start.
We don't tell that.
Oh, you don't.
We don't want everybody to show up.
Gotcha.
Because if you told people that, you would literally have 100,000 people showing up in Glamis, right? I mean,
you wouldn't. It'd be really dangerous.
It'd be super dangerous.
It's already dangerous enough.
Yeah, you can never do what we do on like a regular weekend. It's a midweek deal, and it has to be pretty desolate. And I mean, there's a couple people out there that come watch it, but
so like, who's the new? I feel like Seth is missing from the like ingredients of the sport right now.
Seth will always be there.
No, I don't mean Seth in
You mean the style, the Seth guy.
This character. Yeah.
The character.
He's missing from the narrative. How about that?
Like, I think the sport's elevated so much now that you can't have a guy like that. He's just going to be broken off like instantly.
Before he even gets anywhere.
Jacko is pretty gnarly.
Jacko might be carrying that, but he's too talented.
Yeah.
But he's not doing that like
fourth gear.
That beach
wide
bum
huck.
lifestyle. Show up at the dunes with a beater bike, throw it 200 feet.
Yeah, but Seth,
crash.
Seth is he's Seth Enzo. He's a worker. Like he's a regular.
Right.
He's the all-American, just hardworking
9 to 5.
construction worker. Like that's where he came from, and dirt bikes. I mean, you know, dirt bikes was just something he did on the weekends because someone gave it to him for free, and he just went out. He raced a little bit back east, and then he got on that whole deal. And he, you know, the guy that he worked for, I think it was Dana Nicholson. He owned the construction company, and then he just took him out riding on the weekends. And they just, you know, I think when Seth was 19, he just did not care.
No.
He didn't know how to ride, by the way. If he raced, he was terrible. I'll tell you that right now.
That moment in the dunes,
because when Seth showed up the first time and started riding the dunes, it was like he shouldn't even be off the ground. He shouldn't even been jumping at that time.
you guys were like the best riders in the world, and then this guy has to ride with you, and you probably were like, "What is?"
We didn't even. It's funny, but we didn't include him in our riding group. You know, it's like, hey, let's call Seth and go. Like, we were like, who's this dude that can't really ride that's trying to hang with us? You know,
but he blew up back in the day, like for what he was doing. All right.
Oh, he was
well, here's the thing.
He's my idol.
Seth's not scared.
Nope.
Right? He was not scared. Look, we were all professionals doing what we do, jumping these big jumps, and here comes this dude that we thought really didn't know how to ride much, but had big huevos, right? Because he would just go for it. And I mean, he didn't really know us. He didn't know us, and you know, shame on us, but we weren't giving him much credit, right? And saying, hey, come and helping him or whatever. And so he just started sending it, and him was riding with Dana Nicholson, John Freeman, and there was a couple guys.
He had a buddy.
There was a guy named Rusty.
Yeah.
Big Mouth Rusty.
Useless.
Big Mouth Rusty. He was a terrible rider. Yeah, he was terrible.
Rusty was never a good rider. I will say that. Yeah,
No.
You need some squirrel out there.
So you know these, you got to give it to me, but I mean there's always that tipping point, and that big crash was the tipping point, right? I mean, the one jump where he landed on my bikes was one.
Yeah, that's the one that stands out so much to me. Everybody bailing, Bubba running off.
Yeah. We were doing a big dune jump there, and it was kind of right behind Comp Hill, and then all of a sudden he's like a mile away, and then he comes flying in. He doesn't even look. He just sends it. So he nearly kills a couple people, you know, and the worst part was he didn't even. It like ripped his jersey. He flipped off the thing, and we're like,
and rode off 2 motorcycles.
Yeah, rode off 2 brand new dirt bikes. So Dana had to buy some new dirt bikes on that one. But
was that one of your bikes that got landed?
Yeah, it was 2 of my bikes actually. 2 new 250s.
That's the man.
He's awesome. And lo and behold, like
meet.
after we got to know him, I mean, Seth is one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. Awesome dude, and you know, we just didn't know him. He didn't know us, and it was just kind of the beginning of all that stuff. So
we just did a new video. Axel sort of has all this momentum on these house videos at where he lives. All this technical. What would you call it, Axel? What bonking? What are you doing? Explain what you're doing.
I don't know. I just kind of have a background just from living in Encinitas with you guys, my older brothers. I've just always been snowboarding, skating, and BMXing. So I just kind of got this kind of compound in my backyard, and just got some tables and stuff laying around. I just started doing nose wheelies every day on them, just playing around, and people started liking it. It's kind of putting it together like a skate line.
Nice.
And doing nose manuals, nose bonks. It's
kind of like a wakeboard run.
Yeah.
Cable
snowboarding,
wakeboard, skate run.
And it's honestly, it's just all the junk on our property that Axel just sort of accumulated, put up, and he started Instagram videos. I think they're getting their. I mean, the view, I don't know, you're getting tons of views, thousands of views on them.
Yeah.
So we sort of looked at that whole deal. We sort of, you know, and then we came in with the big cameras, and we just recreated it. It's coming out.
Gotcha.
It's going to be called Slayground. It's probably going to come out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and it's pretty sick.
Is PH star in that?
PH is in it.
All right.
PH does get a cameo. That's my dad. And
so
I forgot where I was going with this, but
when you said junk on the property, is that PH's wardrobe?
Yeah, trail. His hair product.
I've watched most of your videos because like I said at the very beginning, I'm just a fan of the throttle bike control type of riding that
takes technique.
Showing off.
Takes a lot of technique, a lot of bike skill to do what he's doing.
It's fun too.
It's impressive to watch.
It's like having fun on
A
your
little
bike.
bit of quad action in there too.
Yeah. Try to get a 12 o'clock patch that I haven't gotten 12 yet.
You need to get one. You need to get one of those electric Alta Motors bikes and start like really bombing the neighborhood.
That's a team manager thing.
That's a hill thing.
Yeah, that's a hill thing. I'm just talking silent assassin. You know what I mean?
The chain slapper.
So yeah, I don't know.
I think what he's doing shows a lot about what we all love about dirt bikes, right? I mean,
right.
He's got a lot of passion for it, and it just bleeds out of him when you see these little videos of him riding and stuff. It's not only certain guys. It's not only about the track. It's not only about the race.
Outside the ordinary.
Yeah, it's picking your own line, doing your own deal, and having fun with it. And if you believe in it and do it, it's going to become what you want and popular. So it's working.
Talk to me about the neighbors, because I always think about that when I watch your videos.
My neighbors, I mean,
obviously, did you
Got
grow
some good
up
ones
there?
and some bad ones.
This is Encinitas?
If they had to deal with you growing up.
Yeah, we moved. I mean, we moved there, and it was a custom house. My parents, I mean, we got this. They got the land when there's MC. Your house wasn't built.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Where's that?
RJ.
Levenheim or something?
Levenheim, yeah.
Where
It's gotta be.
Where McGrath's house is now. Like when they laid out the lots for McGrath's house and his development. What's it? I'm not gonna name it.
Knightsbridge, yeah.
But for that
Knights of the
development,
Round
we knew the
Table.
Dozer guys, and that's back when I used to ride YZ250, YZ125, whatever. But the Dozer guys on the weekend on Friday would build this lips to land on the downside of the lots.
Nice.
Where he lived.
Nice.
So when I grew up there in like the late 90s, it's pretty much when this whole thing was sort of getting developed slowly, and now it's completely developed. The neighbors now.
So you guys rode down at the pits and stuff.
So yeah, but he still has. They have three or 4 acres, whatever they have.
We have 3 acres fully, and there's about 2 acres out front where he lays down his deal. But I mean, we've been there. My dad's been there for. I mean,
So you got
92.
OG status, like
we've
they
been there
can't really
since
say anything.
'92, and we've been riding dirt bikes there.
You sort of have OG status till you have one bad neighbor, and then you got problems.
But
Yeah,
then that's
or a
when
couple, and they
but
start
that's when you
teaming
got
up.
boys at the city, and
Or
you start
2
working
bad neighbors.
politics,
Yeah.
and you gotta.
Yeah.
I mean,
Start
definitely.
ganging up on you.
Yeah.
There's certain times where you can ride, and there's been a couple petitions that we've won, and
I think for the most
Oh
part,
wow, this has gotten to Knuckles already.
Oh, it's gone to
come
legal
on,
already.
Come on, you know PH already. You guys know. I mean, it's well documented that I had a track in Temecula that I had struggles with. That had
Right.
spent a lot of money with attorneys trying to be able to get riding. I mean, that was 100 acres, right? So, in my book, what you guys are doing and what you've done and been able to do has really been awesome because typically, if you have a bad neighbor or two, they start ganging up on you, you're toast, right? But they've
Patrick
Axel's
battled it for about 6 or 7 years.
Axel's been able to ride, so it's awesome.
All right, guys, listen, we are getting towards the end of our show. It's been amazing to have you guys here, but we want to do a couple things. We want to make sure to announce where everybody can follow you guys and give a final shout out to the event this weekend that tickets are available, where they can get tickets, and
You get down to Sam Boyd
it's gonna be
Stadium.
packed.
You pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Oh, but
Oh, is it going to be that exciting? It probably is,
I
huh?
tell you what, when I hit the course, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, good. I'll be in the
indeed.
judges booth.
Bilko, are you partying this weekend? Or are you going to be grumpy old guy?
No, I'll be grumpy till the contest is over, and then I won't be patty caking, mate. I'll be sending it on the strip.
All right, I like that.
You ready to send it, Ash? We're at the Palms, right? Have we got that room with the pool and the balcony where Fro Daddy did his 97
We might have
Supercross
the
shoot?
bowling alley this weekend.
Sweet.
Nice. So that shift ad with Fro Daddy in the spa.
I want to say thanks to my Facebook fans. Thanks for watching. It's the first Facebook Live, so you guys are first on it. But appreciate you guys hanging.
Yeah.
Subtitles.
I think we're at somewhere in the 80,000 views at this point. More.
All right, nice.
140,000.
FMX High Rollers this Saturday.
FMX
October
High Rollers
15th.
Saturday.
That's
Monster
it.
Cup Saturday night.
1:30 to 5 Pacific time. MonsterEnergy.com live webcast, and don't forget about the Monster Cup after that.
And
on
you can
Fox
catch
Sports.
all the pre-shows there.
All the details are on transworld.com. Any details on this contest, go to transworld.com. They have everything set up on there. And then
and we'll be posting updates throughout the contest too. So follow Ash's Snap.
Yeah, hashtag FMX High Rollers. And then after this whole deal, the after party's at Dre's. So
We might need all these guys back next week to talk about what happened during the weekend.
Yeah, we need a whole show just talk about the after party.
Yeah.
Right?
Indeed. We want to wish you the best of luck in
man.
in that big quarter pipe competition and in the
good luck, Axel.
best whip.
Thank you guys.
Look out for
Appreciate
the
it.
Good luck, Bilko.
Slayground coming out
Sending it.
soon.
Yep.
Slayground. Remember that name?
And you have Slay that's on the back of your helmet, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
That's what you run.
kind of my nickname that's been brought upon me.
Yeah,
The
go-
ladies gave
and
him
if you
that.
haven't seen Doonies, go check it out.
Yeah.
Look for the next one. So, Axel, tell them where they can follow you.
You can follow me at Axel Hodges on Instagram at AXELL. And then on Twitter, 96 Slay, and Snapchat at Axel, AXELL.
Perfect.
That's where I post all my stuff. So I'll keep doing my thing and posting.
And there's some rad stuff on there. You definitely want to check them out. Mr. Bilko, tell them where they can follow you.
Mine's pretty simple. Bilko FMX. That's Facebook, Twitter. My Snapchat's actually Massive Grub. I thought it was Bilko FMX, but the name's Massive Grub. So
that's close.
That's one word, and it's basically what I am. So follow me on. I don't really snap much. I'm not a snapper.
Underrated
Instagram stories.
Yeah, Instagram stories. Well, there's too many now. Why can't they just all get along and be friends and do?
At least you got to go to
the
only Instagram. You can do both.
Yeah,
so
just one channel. Just get along, guys.
You need to drink some wake-up juice.
Yeah. Have a trip of snipper.
My Instagram's Jeremy McGrath 2. And Twitter's at Jeremy McGrath. So you guys know my Facebook. Thanks again for watching.
You're on Facebook, right?
Yeah, you're on Facebook right now.
Yeah, Instagram is at Dirt Shark, Twitter's at Dirt Shark, and then Snapchat's still private.
Oh, dang!
You get none of that.
Hey, that's the one thing I still got. Snapchat. we can still keep it. We can still keep it real on that.
So if you're lucky enough to spot the snaps from the after party on Saturday night,
Next time we're going to get into where the Dirt Shark was born and what the Dirt Shark came from.
The whole episode.
Everyone's over that.
The whole thing.
We're so far past that.
Yeah,
where can we follow? There's a whole new generation that has no idea. Where can we follow TE Action Sports and the Action Sports Show?
Well, that's at TE Action Sports. At TE Action Sports. Subscribe to the podcast if you're on the website, and check it out later if you missed it, or just have it injected right into your brain like we talk about each and every week. So like to thank all these guys for coming out tonight. Super stoked to have you guys down there. Good luck, and
thanks for having us.
FMX High Rollers.
Check it out, folks. Hey, see you next Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30. Go to the website, theactionsportshow.com. From all of us here, hope you have a great week. Don't text and drive. We'll see you next time right here on the Action Sports Show. See you later.
Time to test drive a Prius.
Woo! See!